welcome back everybody. Thank you for joining this wonderful evening. Or rather, I should say really fucking early morning, because it's fucking 8 a.m. And I just woke up maybe... Oh god, I had to wake up just like an hour ago, really. And yeah, Professor, you can probably accurately say that I'm addicted. I mean... I just don't know what it is. I like playing this game. And I do like leveling it. Even if the leveling experience is somewhat diminished due to the fact that a lot of the content here is filler content and not like main story stuff, but applicable to a lot of things. I think it can handle it. Especially with the different type of pacing in the combat game. But meh. Really, it's like, how many hours have I put into this game? I've had this game since, I think I've had it for a week now. And even on this shaman right here, I have nearly 3 fucking days. 3 days worth of playtime. And I'm not even level 80 yet. But it could also be due to the fact that I'm leveling very, 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 very slowly. Because I like the content in this game. It doesn't help me out. But you know what? My fault. Only 2 p.m. in Germany. You know, it's not bad. Gotta appease those my European audience. Well, strangely, actually, like, depending on the game, there's actually quite a few people who watch the European. Oh, I can't really say that. Ah, yes, and of course we have our regulars in Twitch. The 2 view bots, or I shouldn't even say view bots because they do shit for views, but the 2 lurker bots. I gotta say, you know, I'm not sure if lurking bots are against the TOS for Twitch, but literally bots that lurk in hundreds of thousands of channels have to be doing actually a decent amount to get out to other people's eyes. I go to these people's streams that have 0 videos, they only have their profile picture changed, and yet they have like 10 or 15 people lurking in their channel waiting for something to happen. And that just blows my fucking mind. And if they actually do have an active hosting bot going, and then they'll have like 100 or so viewers just sitting in there spamming their chat and other shit. Although to be fair, not really a good way to get your name out there. But I guarantee a lot of these bots are not even doing that. They're probably just data collection bots from Google. Although to be fair, it's not like Google is not doing enough data collection already to begin with. I mean, isn't Google right now getting sued? It's getting a class action lawsuit, I should say, against it, which means it's not from a single individual, but it's rather a person acting on the behalf of a crap ton of people. And it will be a crap ton of people, because what's happening with Google is that right now they're getting a class action lawsuit against them for violating the GDPR, because with cell phone data, what they do is that they track your location even when you don't have location services enabled on a device. You know, maybe through guesstimating where your location is, so you know how, like, when you type into Google weather for my area, and Google's able to figure out that you're at this location because of the ISPs associated with the location, and therefore they're able to track your location. Things like that, but they even do it on mobile devices, which is even sketchier because they're probably using active GPS targeting. Well, now they're potentially having all of that work against them, because now every single person who's had their location tracked, which is like nearly every Android and iOS device, is now having, or rather is being sued, or suing Google on their behalf. So potentially like hundreds of millions of people may all be able to get financially compensated from Google. Potentially even billions. I mean, even if it's just like $100 or, you know, $15 per person, and say if it's 1 billion people with a, you know, marginally modest estimation, that's still, what, $10 billion worth of damages? So it's not looking good. But I've completely finished Storm Peak, so I'm getting out of that area. I actually wouldn't mind completing the Hodir or Hordrin, trying to actually get revered with them, because apparently they have a lot of those like buffs on their what looks like to be actually heirloom enchantments that you can buy, and I actually kind of want to get those, because those are actually the few things I could buy for my character that would actually scale. These proto-drakes are checking our keep beaches that have been scattered off when we took care of their clutches. Whoops. Took care of them, right? Yes. We'll call for more and we'll kill more. You're asking me to go to the guy right to your left. Okay. Might happen. It's just a hit from his course of action, but he's a dwarf of action. Left to us. Not really proud. Let me have a couple shakes. Okay. You to destroy the creatures. Regrettable action. Well, I mean, I just destroyed a shenanigans load of them up north. Although I'm still tempted to go back to the peaks and just sit there and wait for a dungeon to pop while I sit there and try to find that time-lost proto-drake. Because right now, it would be a prime time to actually try to hunt for that time-lost proto-drake. Because doing early morning in the US, I mean, there would be no one on the server. I mean, right now, how many people are in the local area? There's one person in this entire area, and it is me. So there's probably only one person in Storm Peaks right now. So that time lost proto drake actually might be reasonably easy for me to fetch. Also, where are the other quests in this area? Is there seriously only a single quest for this entire area? Of course there is only one. Fantastic. Actually, 1 second. Looks like my FPS is taking a dive. Is something being hit hard? No. Nope, nothing of mine is actually being hit hard. FPS-wise. I mean, maybe my GPU might be getting hit hard. At that nearly 90% allocation. That still shouldn't kill us. What am I getting stuck on here? Yeah, whatever. My GPU is a 960, so I mean, to see that thing get bottlenecked in, it's not surprising. Yeah, come down here, fatty. Oh, and I just found out some bullshit too. Apparently, the belt I'm using right now, which has a tinkerer's little thing on it. And this little tinker, which is part of Nomos Engineering, allows me to actually mind control a humanoid creature. So say if I come across, you know, say an archmage or something like that, I'd be able to mess with their mind and actually make them a minion. The issue is that I apparently need 350 engineering. The thing is, it doesn't exist, like, anywhere. The highest level of engineering that exists in this game is 300, and that's for Old World. Maybe I just need to get to level 50 in engineering for this. That's what I assume. The only issue is that will take forever, because I need... Okay, right now, I would need a shitload of Sardonyte. So I would need 7 times 12. So what, I would need 70... I would need 88-ish, roughly, Sardonyte. God, that would take fucking ages to mine. And the thing is, too, it's not like Sardonyte, it's easy to come by. I mean, you get, like, maybe 1 or 2 Sardonyte per vein. And that's after maybe 5 minutes of flying around. How long have I been playing WoW? Well, I mean, technically I've been playing since near the end of Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, and about halfway through Pandaria. And then after that, I got bored and, you know, basically quit the game. However, I was also banned at that time because my account got compromised, and it's like I need to lower my settings like crazy. My account got compromised, and what the hackers ended up doing is botting on my account, which makes sense. You wouldn't bot on your own account because botting is a bannable offense. So they botted on my account and ended up, let's see, how would I say, ended up banning my account. The thing is, they also tried to appeal the action, which didn't help the situation at all. And then I came in later on and got my account like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, or I should say 2 years after the ban, and tried to get it unbanned, but it didn't work because there was an appeal already set in, which basically meant tough shit. Recently, though, they actually softened their stance on old bans and actually made it so that people with old bans can now appeal the decision, especially if there's been a lot of time. However, there's a special way in which you have to do it in order for you to actually get considered for an appeal. Because I sent in multiple appeals during this time, and they were all automatically rejected with blanket template responses that were so unabashedly unhelpful that I didn't know what the fuck to do. Until one day I went into support, I kept watching Recful videos about how to actually get unbanned, and potentially saw some light there, went back, did a more thorough search, and I found a section that was like, specifically appealing account strikes or bans. So I was actually able to send in a ticket through that means, and then I was able to get my account actually reconsidered and actually able to send in a proper appeal, because Blizzard fucking knows it that their appeal system is dog shit unless you go through there. And then I had some Spanish guy who didn't speak a lick of English. God, if I could articulate a single fucking sentence. And basically just said I'm unbanned. Literally within a day, all this shit I have been arguing with, I have even had Twitter spats and, you know, multiple hours on calls, and literally within seconds, a Spanish guy unbans me, and now I'm back to playing WoW. So, to answer your question, I'm playing for years, man. I remember playing on my Hunter for a long time during Lich King. To think that was 5 fucking years ago. God. Although what's to be done? With any luck, they will also grow the Drakes and their collection, retaining the memory of their shameful actions there. And it's not like the Drakes care that we killed them. I mean, they literally are residing in one specific area. Alright, Drakes have been dealt with, so now we need to go back. We gotta kill the Forsaken of our cool village. And we just have to figure out what the Scourge is doing there. Well, I mean, considering... I understand there's meant to be like a sequence in which the storylines happen, but do it anywhere out of the sequence, and then you get like plot spoilers for the rest of the content here. You've been playing since Vanilla, Jesus. Vanilla came out in 2004, over 14 years ago. I can't even imagine playing back then. Completely different game now from what I hear. Actually, wait, let me turn this down really quickly. There we go. Actually, no, I could probably just turn off the music entirely. The captain tasked me with the mission. A bunch of my fellow explorers, people wouldn't not sticking at the stuff. Alright. So we just gotta get some ore to help to get the Explorers League back up and running. Yeah, good. I saw videos about the old vanilla WoW, and I mean, it looks like it would be interesting to actually play, but at the same time, it just sounds like it is tedious as shit. Like, very much so akin to a Japanese, or not Japanese, actually, an Asian style of MMORPG, in which you have to put in an obscene amount of time in order to actually get anywhere. I've heard rumors of bad happenings in the Whisper Clutch to the north. Most of the explosives went down. Took most of our meals and equipment with them. Alright. So just gotta spook some boys. I actually wouldn't mind I had those as a pet. But man, I used to hear that it took like 10 seconds to harvest each node. Killing a single mob used to take like a minute, and you had to heal after every single fight. Mana would barely regenerate. I mean... it just does not sound like an experience I am eager to try myself. I mean, call me a casual, but I mean... I am spoiled at modern day MMORPGs. So now I have to kill my own dwarven kind. What truth am I exposing by attacking? I'm not sure what these dwarven explorers are about on. And actually, I wouldn't mind if they actually implemented, say, a archaeology system in Northrends. I mean, they've only implemented it into the old worlds. They've never really done anything with the newer ones. Hey, I'll take it. I mean, that's a mine. I feel like I should just be able to harvest the nodes directly and just get more resources out of it. Give something professionals a little bit of easier questing. It was hard. It looks stupidly hard. And I also like hear about like how hunters used to not be able to use pretty much gun abilities for a while, or how they would have to do shoot, walk, shoot, walk, shoot, walk, shoot, walk. Like a really tedious system for having to kill ads and kite. I mean, I could see it though. It would instill more of a sense of camaraderie. But at the same time, I am not jealous of that experience. I mean, it really does sound like this game became something for a lot of people, for most people to easily enjoy during Wrath of the Lich King. Which was right when I started to play the game. It kind of makes sense. Back then, playing WoW was not bad. It didn't take forever to level up. You had heirlooms at the time. It was fairly balanced. Ask you to raise your hand. So raise. Okay, so apparently that spooks the living shit out of mules. Okay. 1 second, let me... Recount show... Where is it at? Let's make a new one, / raise. Alright, great. Thank you, thank you. We'll take that here. I'd rather do that than having to remake the macro 17,000 times. Over here. This is exactly like a quest you had to do in the basic Dwarven starting zone. Like, it is literally the exact same thing. In the Dwarven starting zone, you had to do / whistle at abandoned rams to then go back to a stable. I guess they did change two things. They changed the command you had to use, and they had to change the animal. To be fair, I can't really fault this game for doing that. Beastmaster Hunter was easy to play. That's what I heard. Like, back then, hunters used to be able to seize their pet on a single individual, and that pet would be able to kill players by themselves. I mean, that just sounds like it's horribly unbalanced. But then I also hear about how rogues used to be able to stun lock, like certain classes, literally would be able to one-on-one stun lock them to death in full basic gear. So like how they would do a blind combo into like various stuns and be able to completely stun lock an individual. To the point where they had to make an ability that reset all cooldowns no longer apply to it. That's what I hear about. Or like how twinks used to be able to gather up an insane amount of dodge, and basically a level 10 would be able to kill a level 30 easy peasy. Basically it would be an unkillable machine with 80 or so % dodge chance. Interesting. What fragments am I missing? Alright, and also know that there were certain skills that used to be really hard. to actually acquire. Like the water form for druids used to be stupidly hard. Or the water tome. God damn, get out of here, you peasants. And how that would take, you know, a shitload of time and a shitload of resources to actually acquire. Or what was another thing that was pretty annoying back in vanilla? I think mounts were also a big point of contention, considering that you wouldn't be able to really reasonably have a mount until you were level, ooh, say, like what, 50, 60? So you wouldn't be able to have an actual means of transportation, you know, basic transportation at like 50% or so speed until you're basically done with the game, unless you were on a alternative character, or else it's like your second or third character. So now that used to be a pain in the ass. What else was in it? Even for the warlocks and paladins who actually had free mounts, that actually still took a long quest line that effectively ended up costing the exact same, from what I understand. So they really didn't want you to have mounts back then. Although, to be honest, that's still probably their philosophy today. Because then, wasn't that like a huge point of contention in WoD? Where they essentially made it so that you would have to complete the entire expansion before they even gave you the option to fly. So it took an incredibly long time to actually quest. Although I hear a lot of bad things about WoW. Although I'm not sure what specifically was bad about WoD. Although from the sounds of it, it sounds like it was really casual. I mean, the aspect of having a mobile game put into the game itself, so that it essentially played itself while you were away, seems kind of pointless. It's the least I can do. I hate to say it, pal. Why are you out there to cut and took a needy interest in that place? Yeah, right. We'll kill the old boss. And apparently it was like super easy to do the content in WoW to the point where you essentially finished the expansion really quickly. Although to be honest, that was the same issue with, I think, Pandaria. And I wasn't even there during the time. But apparently even in Pandaria, like most of the raids could have been done with pug groups. I mean, I think even Athene was able to pug mythic raids to some degree. Yeah, it took a little bit of effort, but I mean, as soon as he taught the group how to do the actual mechanics to it, it didn't take that long to pug. No, yeah, mounts were expensive. Didn't they used to cost like, what, 1,000 gold back in vanilla? Which is the equivalent, if you don't know how expensive 1,000 gold back in vanilla was, 1,000 gold was the equivalent to, I think the equivalent for BfA would be 500,000. And if you don't know how much 500,000 costs, because, you know, you never had that much money, that would be equivalent of, I think, 4 or a little bit more than 4 WoW tokens, which is about 20 bucks a piece. So it would take you roughly, what, 70 bucks to get 1,000 gold back in vanilla. It was a little bit expensive. I get that in 20 minutes. To be fair, I wish I could have 1,000 gold. This character has maybe made 1,000 gold across his entire playthrough in 3 days. But that's just because gold, like, increases so little for like the first 100 levels, and then by the time you get to like 110 through 120, the amount of gold you get just gets stupid. Like, doesn't in like doing a single random dungeon get you like 196 gold, something like that? I get that maybe over the course of like 4 or 5 hours of playing. Although to be fair, I don't do any auction house shenanigans. Although auction house wouldn't even really be applicable to me, considering that all my supplies are not really necessary for professions anymore. There you go. I killed your boss. Happy days. I got about 40k in my pally right now. God damn. The most I've ever had on a single character was, I think, maybe 10,000 gold. I never earned very much gold in this game. Although I say that, and then, like, I blow... How much money did I blow on mounts? Like, I think I blow a stupid amount. Like, this is 750... From what I understand, what else in here is like, stupidly expensive? I think the Jade Dragons are expensive. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. Then I also bought that thing. That was probably expensive. The Brewmaster thing was probably expensive, too. This thing alone costed a couple of grand. But I have so little money that I haven't been able to upgrade my heirlooms at all. So I just have all of these level 60 heirlooms on a level 78 character. I am 18 levels behind for gear. Thank God they changed item level scaling, otherwise I'd be fucked. And I'd be taking a huge EXP loss. But literally, that, like, very minimal change in item level between levels is the only thing making me even remotely capable of killing creatures. How about my friend, the Vial of Sand, for 69,000 grand? God, I remember that. That fancy two-seated mount back in Cataclysm. I remember that. They're sticking up to no good before they can tell the plate tanks of sludge are a part of it. They suggested that we probably should destroy them. Ooh, does that mean I actually have to kill... Oh, Forsaken. I thought we actually had to take and actually kill some more people. Vial of Sand, I completely forgot about that. Because, like, I think it was an alchemy profession, right? That you could make that? Only way you could actually do it? I remember that because my friend used to brag about how he got his. Hey, Tuxer, how you doing? I wish these guys were a playable race. Although we already have pandas and they're essentially the same thing. We're returning to the community, claiming that the dead have risen. And are out for blood. Oh, it's not like this happened all the way in the boring tundra. Haven't the other Tusker told you about this already? Although I guess the Tusker and the boring tundra are not facing really the dead. They had a bunch of sand, but cool. Never mind then. Yeah, it was. Okay. Damn. And I mean, to even upgrade my heirlooms would require more gold than I have ever made in, I think, my entire WoW career. Although, to be fair, I mean, most of my WoW experience, I haven't played WoW in 5 years, so in the last 5 years, maybe the rate of gold at which you acquire has probably changed significantly. But I mean, to upgrade every single one of these weapons is like, what? A 10,000 gold apiece? And I have to do it 3 times? So it's just like, what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. I mean, I could upgrade this too, so that'd be 24 and 27. So 27 times 10,000. I mean, I'm looking at 270,000 gold just to upgrade my heirlooms. Yeah. Considering my highest level character is level 90, I... yeah, it's fine. I'll be fine. I mean, the only thing I really need to upgrade is my weapons. Just so that I can consistently do a lot of damage. And then I can just pray that my food buffs... will keep me up. What realm am I on? I think I'm on Darkspear, if I remember correctly. I don't know. There's really no significance to this realm to me. I mean, I'm only on this realm because it's where my other characters were. Although, to be honest, my character was probably on a different realm a long time ago. The hackers probably could have changed the location of my characters. Although, to be honest, there's actually quite a few of my alternative characters that are missing. Because I used to have a shenanigans load more alternative characters with a lot more heirlooms. and yet all of them are gone. And I have no idea. Like, I know specifically I used to have a paladin called Badaz, and I think he was max level, well, for the time. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I need to kill this thing. And Dalaran, not bad. Well, let's be honest, I'm thinking the server's actually starting to lag a little bit more. So what do I do with this? Oh, got a bird. For a second I thought that was actually for a different quest. Never mind, here we go. I feel like actually burning plague machines would inadvertently probably cause a worse situation. Because now instead of having a controlled release of plague, you now just have a huge splurt of this at all of the Sogo. Someone's even gonna die here. Get out of mist guns here. Is this guy even doing any damage to me? Oh god, he actually is. I thought he was just squirting me with a water gun. Oh, yeah, see, look at this. DPS it's getting kind of low. I'm having a hard time killing these creatures. And I'm no longer in the Storm Peaks where I have that giant brew that gives me a shenanigans load of healing per second. I now have to just rely purely on my damage potential. Strangely enough, I'm able to hold up in dungeons decently well. The thing is, though, I just need to get to level 80 so I can put on this dagger. This dagger does so much more for me. You know, like, you should add my battle tech so we can play and I can help you a little. It's all up to you, mate. Feel free. Although, 1 second, I'm going to need to actually check on... Can I rename these? No, I cannot. Yeah, I suppose you can add me. I'm number 1857. Suppose you can add. Feel free. I just don't want to get my friends list, don't want to dox those people on there. They all deserve some privacy. Although I've only got 2 people on my friends list. This is actually an old account of mine from back way in the days. But I mean, if you get undoxed, by all means, we can level. Although I'm just tempted nowadays to just use my level 110 boost. Ooh, shit. Hell yeah, I'll do a dungeon. I'm actually just trying to get into the heroics for Lich King, just so that I can start getting the mounts from the Nexus and Utgard Pinnacle. That I want to do. I love those freaking mounts. And I've never gotten the actual Proto Drake, even though I've run Utgard Keep hundreds of times. Hey. Interesting. Why does that person not have a single cooldown, but everyone else is? Fancy. Here we go. You might as well take my Earth Shield buff, because I can't use it. What's your numbers? What did I say? 1-5... Fuck, what is it? I don't want to keep the list up. Ah, fuck, whatever. 1857. That's what it is. So just find me on there. Or they can just add Paznikon. I feel like I just might have to do that. Because I don't want to do real ID. Kind of sketches me out, but whatever. There we go, use that. I actually kinda wish you could actually harvest these characters, because these guys are not technically, I guess they're humanoids, but aren't they mechanized creatures? I feel like you should be able to harvest them still for body parts. I mean, you're able to harvest the stone dwarves in Storm Peaks for eyeballs, which seems a little bit morbid. But I think it should still be the same case. If the other creatures don't mind harvesting body parts. Oh shit, yes. Yeah, please give me more of those relics. Those relics are actually worth a decent amount to me because I need to get exalted with the Hodir faction. Those giant freaking frost giants. Just because I think their enchants might be heirloom based. Oh yeah, like I said, it's Pandinator, hashtag 1857. Feel free to add. It's not like it'll be a secret though. And I'm actually curious though. Is there anything I could actually do with regards to network? Oh, it's not that. Larger nameplates, flash and aggro. Always show nameplates. I'm just trying to think. I probably shouldn't do that. Helps that too. No, there's not really a whole lot I can do. I was thinking maybe I'd be able to hide my real ID identity, but whatever. I think the real ID is the only way you can actually even do cross-realm shenanigans. Oh, there's going to be one stipulation. If you're going to do leveling with me, you kind of have to be near my level. I mean, it's not that I have any issues with you, it's just that I don't want it to be like where I'm literally just like sitting there walking through as someone one-shots everything. It'll take a hot second. What are they waiting for? Is it really necessary to wait for the boss? Because isn't he going to like give himself a huge buff right now that gives him like a 30%? Yep. Yep, it increases the damage done by 30%. I feel like we probably should have killed him there. But alright, alright. Whatever. I got a rock golem, we'll be okay. As he says a million different things at once. You know, he actually kind of sounds like... I want to say he kind of sounds like an... What is it called? But it's like one of those abominations that's like amalgamated together. But it kind of sounds like that because he speaks in such a weird, simplistic fashion and a monotone, screaming voice. It just kind of sounds like that. Dude, I freaking love all these ads though. Bound together. Constantly proccing that storm surge. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's some DPS. I actually have no idea what my DPS is. The last time I got a DPS statistic on my guy was during the... God, what is that mines called? Where you have Cookie, that Murloc at the very end, the pirate. Something mines. Ooh, shit, get out of there. There's 101 rogue. Yeah, I mean, nothing against you. I would be able to level with you once I'm level 100. But, no right says now. I mean, it'll just be boring for me walking through as everyone one-shots everything. Although, I actually had very minimal experiences with high-level horde characters coming in here and just bombing me while I'm questing. The only time I've actually ever had that happen was during the Old World, and for some reason Burning Crusade. Burning Crusade, there was actually quite a few people dawdling about there for some reason. I don't know why. Longer! Flesh is not stronger! As he just screams it as he... How? You should be losing life right now. You shouldn't be sounding like you're about to just take a massive shit. Like, he just sounds like he's about to bear down and give himself 17 hernias. It's not how this works, creatures. Oh, this would be such a perfect time, too, to use my belt. But I need 350 engineering, which doesn't exist. I could actually tame one of these creatures as my pet for this instance. Ah. I mean, that's why I spent the 1 gold to get the tinkering belt. Unless you want to make death knights. Ah, no, I already got a level 90 Death Knight to begin with, so... And I'm kind of waiting for getting the allied races. I actually want to make a Dark Iron character. Maybe a warrior, because I've never done an actual warrior, because I always hear it's always way too complicated to do a warrior. But I mean, I'm getting into the habit of using a lot of keybinds. Because if you notice, all the important abilities I have are all keybound. But they're all keybound to my mouse. Since my mouse has 12 buttons on the side, I'm able to literally just use every single ability with a shift key and not a shift key. And even in the case of applying Earth Shield, I have to use 2 keys where I press shift and control. And basically I just have to lay my pinky finger flat, and then I'm able to cast an ability on my focus. Instead of having to use weird macros where it's like, okay, now you have to use this macro that is specifically going to designate one ability for a single character. And I'm just thinking, if you're going to designate all of these keybinds to macros that essentially do focus targeting, why don't you just bind one key that just does either self-casting or focus casting? Because that would take just too much time. I think alt casting is 5 or 7, right? I have no idea. All my heals are self-cast anyway. And I have to grind a week straight to unlock them. Yeah, that's what I hear. Or not grind for a week straight. Didn't it used to be like 7 weeks? Because that's what I heard. You had to basically do 7 weeks worth of questing, because it's like you had to do one instance of a quest and then wait a week, and then another instance of a quest and wait another week. I mean, I used to hear it was actually longer. It was like somewhere around 2 months to actually unlock them. If it's just a week, I mean, that's fine. To unlock something exclusive like that, that's fine. I don't mind waiting a week. But if it's like 2 months, I'm just thinking, fuck. I mean, it would give me time to actually get my heirlooms in order, but I mean, even then, a little bit extensive. There's only one race I want to play, and that's Dark Iron Dwarves. I mean, the Void Elves is kind of nice, but I mean, it just sounds like Night Elves, except a little bit more pretentious. At least they got unique races, though. Come on, everybody. Let's just get the fuck out of here before more of them spawn. Okay, I mean, it's a great way to farm reputation for the Alliance expedition, but I ain't staying up here. Come on. I mean, we're all burning. There you go. Now they got it. Just keep coming up there. You got it, tank. And actually, it would be kind of nice to be a warrior. So at least then I might be able to actually start doing some tanking. And I mean, it also sounds like warriors are kind of insane in BfA. The amount of healing they could do when they attack somebody. Although, to be honest, I'm hearing a lot of people complain, saying that a lot of classes are doing an insane amount of damage and healing. The only exception maybe being druids in their PvE damage output. Well, literally every other class is being accused of being overpowered right now. Ooh. I'm actually curious if my DPS is actually getting less the higher level I go. Because I don't seem to be hitting as hard as I used to. Let's see, what is that? It's not too bad. Item scaling low end doesn't seem to do a whole lot in terms of DPS. Hey, well, thank you for stopping by, BO. It's nice seeing you again. And if you'll see you around another time. Beautiful. To be fair, though, I don't mind slowly questing in Northern. Northern, it was kind of my favorite zone aesthetically. Kind of like the Dwarven aesthetic and the Northern aesthetic are by far like my favorite aesthetics to actually quest in. Except for maybe Shola's Arbation. Shola's Arbation does not really make sense. Like, you live in the Arctic North, and then all of a sudden, you're in the jungle of the Amazon. And again, it's maybe the Titans created life pillars to allow such a thing. That just seems so weird. It's all because of volcano, yes? Even though you have different concentrations of light. I'm actually kind of interested to see how the questing is in Warlords of Draenor. Because I hear nothing bad things about the late game content there, but I won't be experiencing that since... Well, I guarantee you no one's going to be sticking around to do mythic dungeons in WoD. But it'll makes you kind of see what the leveling experience is like. Yeah, at least hopefully I can actually fly in there. Not having to pay thousands of gold for special training. Aye, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I might as well get food if I'm already staying here. Although actually, can I actually make a grand feast? I need some more. I need a few more meat from mammoths and shovelists. Yeah. That's actually kind of sweet. The guy can create his own molten golems. I actually wonder if they would allow engineers or professions at some point to kind of create their own companions or their own abilities in that way. I mean, they're not too far off from already doing it, since they already have it so that you basically dropped gear changes your class. So I mean, actually having your professions manipulate your class abilities, or even creating their own profession-based abilities, that wouldn't be too far off. I mean, of course, if engineers could create companions, that might be an issue for, say, Beastmaster Hunters, who then might have just more damage on their kill commands. But still, I feel like even then, that would be too far off of that idea. I mean, they used to have profession-based abilities, like I know gathering herbs used to have that one ability that healed you over time, I think. Every 2 minutes you get activated. So it's not too far off. It's funny to think. A single boss giving a single gold piece, and then looking at streams of BfA leveling, and it's like each individual mob gives 2 gold pieces. So a trash mob in BfA is worth more than a boss at level 80. That's amazing. I actually wonder if they're ever going to do scaling for the amount of gold in game. I mean, because right now, the hyperinflation is kind of noticeable. It's like, will they ever, like, change it so gold levels up linearly, in the sense that with every single level, it doesn't really change in increments of, say, a 10 factor or anything like that, but it changes in increments of, say, 1. So instead of getting potentially 1 copper piece at level 1, at level 2 you have the potential of getting 2 copper pieces at max. And something like that, so that by the time you get to level 120, the highest amount of money you can earn potentially from each mob would be, say, a couple of silver. Still leagues better than what you would get in, you know, classic Lich King and even, you know, WoD. But not to the point where the numbers get into the, say, millions for a single piece of generic gear. Like, didn't Soda Papa just spend, what was it, $1.3 million on a single trinket? So if you did that for his entire, you know, gear for his entire body, that would be, what, close to, what, $15 million? 15 million gold pieces to actually effectively gear up a single individual. And I mean, this kind of has the unintended side effect of making, well, making leveling up, why am I having such a hard time to articulate this thought? It's making the progress of alternative characters basically pointless. Like, the leveling experience for alternative characters can't be done for things like making mounts or grinding professions, considering that it is no longer necessary for anything. The gold you earn from leveling an alternative character is borderline pointless, especially for like the first 60 levels. I mean, if they did adjust it in that fashion, And they would make it at least a little bit more appealing to make alternative characters instead of having just to focus exclusively on your main for everything. Although I guess that would be making WoW a little bit more casual. And I doubt they want to be accused of making this game too streamlined. I mean, because an easy way to make a game boring is to streamline it like hell. I mean, ask Bethesda about streamlining. They will tell you it's the best way to make an adventure game, but it's one of the worst ways to actually make an RPG. Like what they did with the Fallout 4 series. Or I should say series, but the game itself. And how that game is so casual. It's not really even classified as an RPG anymore. It's more classified as an adventure game? Is that really accurate to say? Yeah, it would be more of an adventure game since you're not really playing a character as much. Gear is more irrelevant. Stats are irrelevant. Reputation and playing a role in the wider world is more irrelevant. Yeah, it would be more accurate to say it's an adventure game. Although I'm actually curious, in that regard, wouldn't playing COD be more of an RPG then? Because they have like spells now and shenanigans. So yeah, I guess that would be more of an RPG. At least in that minute fashion. The Master. Although to be fair, since I just did finish the Storm Peaks questline, this actually does make sense that I get into this dungeon. Can finally kill Loken, who looks exactly like Thurin. Although I'm actually curious, dude, can I release it from his slumber then? Oh, is he still far off in a different pot? Bullshit. We've already managed to kill half the minions here. What do you mean it's impossible? Yeah, sorry if I'm not terribly energetic right now. For some reason, I have gotten like 4 hours of sleep. Mostly because my cat's a little asshole and it just decides to sit in my bed and consistently just like meow in my ear, rub against my face, or like stand on top of my chest, which actually kind of hurts because he's a fat cat. So I've gotten like a solid 5 hours of sleep. Then by the time I actually got around to the morning routine for individuals, it just got stupidly loud in here. Because apparently people like waking up at 7 AM. I mean, that's what I get for playing WoW until 2 in the morning. To be fair though, I wouldn't have be able to go to sleep regardless, because it's just during that period of time when like you don't have the energy to really do anything laborious, but you don't have the energy to really sleep, or rather, you do have the energy to prevent you from sleeping. Oh, fancy, fancy. Yeah, those would be good for me. I actually kind of like my Jewelry Crafter for the next character. Although, what profession do I really actually need to make? So I'm just trying to think, what do I need? I mean, I do have an enchanter, and I do have an enchanter, tailorer, leatherworking, skinning, mining, engineering, and I think that there's only like 3 characters on this account. I do have a low-level monk. That's a panda, but that's nothing. And I think he's just a monk too. So that's something I don't need to do. I don't know, maybe I can go alchemy or inscription. Although both of those professions sound leagues less interesting. I actually just kind of want to level up my enchanting. Because it sounds like some pretty simple enchants are actually selling for a shitload. There's like that one green enchant that has the chance of giving you 600 haste. And like that thing alone is selling for what, 60 grand on the auction house? Jesus. That one I actually want to try. Alright. This is the hardest part of the dungeon to pug. 'Cause every time when those whirlwind blades come out, everyone here just dies. Yep. Ooh, there you go. The perfect stun. I'll just be honest, that's my only option for stunning as a shaman. And that's actually a pretty shit way to stun. At least for PvP. Yeah, PvP it's a little bit easier. Although actually, even in PvP, it's actually a pretty easy way to stun. Since most people will try to brawl with you at the same time, and they really don't throw around a whole lot of AoEs. So they actually end up getting stunned by it for 3 seconds. Not bad. Terrible pursuing though. Although actually, and since I actually use the... what is this even called? Frost brand. Ooh, Jesus. Since I actually use Frost brand, it's actually pretty easy to pursue. I don't really... ooh, God. I actually don't even need to really use that leap ability in the talent tree. I can instead go for the ability that just saves me from dying. Which I probably accidentally procced there. Oh, I could just cancel that entirely with the Wind Blast. Yeah, kinda useful. Ooh, although it'd actually be beautiful, I could get a trinket like this at level 120. Get that with the weapon enchant. Oh, that would be beautiful. Yeah, there probably is something that exists like that. Although, you wouldn't probably want to have too many gear pieces like that late game. I mean, those would be, by default, basically the best in slot. Even if they're green level. I don't know, I actually kind of wish I was 120 right now. Since the amount of money you can actually earn from professions is only bound to decrease from here on out once supplies get more and more abundant. Although, from what I understand, don't engineers make essentially like 0 gold in this new expansion? Since even the gear that they can make that's like best in slot is only usable really for engineers and actually requires other materials from other professions. So I'm not sure if it is really the best gear. Hey, there you go, tank. You found them. I'm proud of you. Although I shouldn't rag on tanks. Apparently they changed the aggro system in it to make it much more laborious to actually properly steal aggro. Although to be honest, to gain aggro only takes like 1 or 2 abilities now, I imagine. It's not like tanks have a myriad of DPS healing and tanking abilities to consider. Yeah, keep moving, keep moving. Ooh, right in time. You probably didn't realize it either. Could feel the chill of the Volkul behind your back. You know, honestly, they should make this something that you can craft. I mean, the Dark Iron Dwarfs craft these things in leagues amount. So if it's just a racial ability, that would actually be a sweet thing to have. But engineers, make this as like a profession type of pet. That would be beautiful. An actual engineering part that's useful. Although to be fair, I actually need those overcharge capacitors still. Although I haven't had any cobalt at any time in the last like 2 days. Ah, man, I fucking love the Storm Strike combo. With the Forked Lightning passive and the Chain Lightning passive, the single ability alone does 90% of my damage. Since each one of these strikes does close to 1,000 damage apiece. And to be honest, the next ability that I want to get, this Fury of the Air, sounds absolutely amazing for PvP. Sure, it's going to absolutely destroy my Maelstrom stacks, but considering it's a 30% slow reduction on top of my Frost brand, oh! Actually, PvPing against me, it'd be a snail's pace. And in a place like an Arathi Basin, that would be deadly. Because then the horde could just swarm and get... Or rather, the horde could just find me battling somebody and they wouldn't be able to run away. God, my ass is getting tossed like 17 salads of the Nile. My master showed me the future, even no place in Azeroth will be ruled from darkness. The Pantheon shall fall. I'm not even sure why you're even monologuing to us, or not even paying attention to you just now. I mean, yeah, we know the fight, but... The fight's pretty easy. Although, from what I understand, I mean, you can just ignore the mechanics entirely. Like, the little AoE ground burst that you're supposed to avoid. I mean, you can just tank that shit. I mean, the thing does maybe 40% of my HP. So it just fucking tickles me. Especially if I proc any of my defensive passive, it just does nothing. Come here, looking. You tickle. And look at that. Even the healer took the damage from that and barely had any negative side effects of it. Oh, that Earth Shield is about to expire. Some more Maelstrom. I do like to at least have one stack of Maelstrom on one before the Storm Strike. Besides increasing the damage of Storm Strike just by a base of 5%. Also adds like 100 damage to the next strike to begin with, which is a decent chunk of damage. Especially if that crits, like right there, that just crit. That was over 1,000 damage for a single strike. And you have to consider that is a lot of damage. That's over 1/3 of my HP in a single hit. Although to be fair, I'm a DPS character, so that's actually kind of easy. Although at least I'm not like a Blood DK. Blood DKs are kind of insane at low level. It's like impossible to really kill them and they just do an insane amount of damage. Even with just their like blood shout thing. Whatever that is. What the fuck happened? I mean, there is a recap button. It was probably just that big sudden boom that fucking got you. No, Loki, where'd you go? Ooh, another shitty belt. To be fair, I just bought a belt from the vendor. And at least that belt was actually kind of good. Although, actually, once I get level 80, that belt without weapons might be invented too. See, this would be a perfect mace for me. Although this is a mace for an elemental shaman, not an enhancement. This is actually a good mace. It's a dagger. Actually, I probably won't be able to even use this. So the thing is that I have to use maces in order to use Rockbiter, Lava Lash, and Storm Strike. I think so. They say I needed a one-handed weapon. But even if I use daggers or swords, they all don't seem to work. Even though they're one-handed weapons. So it's a false little situation. Thank you all. Hey, we got level 79 though. What do we actually get? Nothing for this level. Oh, well, actually, everyone's staying here. Do you guys want to do another dungeon? Ah! And who's Adrian? Adrian, just a worgen. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Come on now. Oh, we got the tank to redo it too. Perfect. So we can just do one more. Hopefully we can get a dungeon I haven't done before. There's still like 5 or 6 in the Lich King that I haven't done yet. And I haven't done any in the Burning Crusade expansion. Although to be fair, Burning Crusade, I mean, from what I hear, people say it's a lovely expansion, but I just dislike the aesthetics of it. I'm all about that icy... Beautiful. So with that tank, all we need is a DPS and a healer. Alright, well. Have fun, guys, outside. Might as well just sell my shenanigans. Ooh. And you know what, too? Let me quickly finish up with this. But we should actually be able to just go back to the Son of Hodir. I only have one relic of Ulduar. And that's only 320 reputation. And I need... How much do I need? Oh, yeah, I need... No! No! Why did they leave? We could have had so much fun. I could be a healer, but I hate healing. I mean, nothing against healing. Healing's absolutely necessary, and it basically decides PvP matches who is a healer, but it's just so boring. It's such a passive way to play. Which is why healers always get praised for being critical in a group's success, but no one ever wants to play them. Although to be fair, I will say healing in Overwatch is slightly more entertaining. Oh, that's because half the healers in Overwatch are not really healers. They're like mixed DPS healers. Oh, shit. For a second I thought that was actually going to be like a rare mob. Although, actually, strangely enough, I haven't seen a single rare mob in Northern yet. Like, actually, let me go to the Grizzly Hills. Let me see if... Well, that was a screenshot. I actually want to see if that famous bear is there. That shouldn't take too long. I spent the 5,000 gold I've made in this character to get the extra flying speed. I want to see if that's actually still there. How much cobalt ore do we have, though? I actually can't see it. Oh, there it is. We have 8. Fuck yeah. A whole 8 ingots. Well, that actually just may be enough. I need 5... Yeah, it's enough if I get lucky procs. Although it's strange. I get the same amount of parts for an overcharged capacitor, the potential for parts, as I do get making a final finished product. Like, I can make guns. I can make 1 or 2 guns for the price of 1. Which doesn't make sense. How can you turn 1 walnut stock into 2 guns? I mean, I suppose, because the stock doesn't really need an entire piece of... an entire dowel. I mean, it could, I suppose. Be heavy as shit, though. Hello, everyone. This kind of looks exactly like the boring tundra aesthetic, except with low polygon skulls. Oh no, this isn't the boring tundra. Well, that's strange. Why is this one area just covered in ice? I understand it's a mountain aesthetic, but the mountains are only covered in ice. Make more sense to say if it was covered in the plague. Ah. Fuck it. That just happens when you have this type of design philosophy. Same issue with any Bethesda game. Design the zone with no continuity in mind, and then you just end up with hard borders on everything. I think the bear is over here in Gentle Springs, if I remember correctly, or it's over here. I know over here is a giant dead tree. I just want to see if it's still here, if my memory still serves me well. Because I used to remember staying here for hours on my hunter, trying to get the pet, only to be trolled to the living shit ends by a horde of characters, slowly killing the spirit bear. Okay, no. It's not here. It's just an outpost. Actually, wait, let me take a gander. Spirit bear. Wow. Thank you, Wowhead. I just need to figure out where it is. Well, no, it just gave me the article for spirit beast. No, I need spirit bear. Oh, no, I was okay. Yeah, it's on the other lodge. Okay, it's over here. In this area. Okay, okay. Get using these old freaking... old guides from 2014 and 13. Oh, wait. Is that a spirit moose? Wait, wait, wait. What spirit beast do they added since I've been gone? Yep, so there's all the spectral tigers, the owls. Is that a porcupine? There's a moose? No. Yo. That's awesome. Is that a spectral griffin? Yeah, that's sweet. A fennec fox, I mean, it's kind of cool. A lot of leopards. Literally, okay, so there's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 leopards. Wow. All the same animations, just a different color. They even got a spirit raptor. That's not even a spirit raptor. It's not translucent. It's just blue. Really, really blue. That's actually kind of sweet. Alright, so the bear is around here, right? So then Octus. So we should... Ah, they're sitting here waiting for it. 2 horde characters waiting for the spirit bear. I don't know. The spirit moose. The spirit moose fucking crushes it. I mean, I thought the spirit owl and spirit crab were the shit when they came out. So it just may be the thing. It's the fact that it's a new thing. But I mean... a spirit moose. That's pretty badass. That's badass. That, I would be jealous of anyone who got that. That must be... it can't be a WoD thing, because that sounds too awesome to be for WoD. Spirit moose. Wait. Is that seriously in WoD? In Stornheim. I have no idea where Stornheim is. And the Broken Isles. Ah, so it's a Legion thing. That makes sense. So it's right here. Along this area. So I think he's right here. That's where the Storm Moose is. And it's in riding mount? And it's a tameable. So it's a pet and a mount? Ooh, damn. That thing must be really fucking sought after then. So like what, you can kill it and craft it into a mount, or you can tame it and make it into a pet. Oh, damn. That would just piss me off if I was a hunter, because I'd be thinking to myself, well, fuck. You're just making Spirit Beast even more difficult to tame now. Since there'd be twice the amount of people vying over that little sweet, juicy creature. I mean, rare spawns are already camped to living shit. Unless you're talking about classic rare spawns. I mean, classic rare spawns are so unappealing that I was able to kill like 3 or 4 dozen of them when I was getting up to level 60. I mean, once I hit level 20, the amount of rares I started to see was ridiculous. Like, I even started to see repeat rares because they were never killed. And I can't even imagine how bad that would be if you were on a low population server. If you were on a low population server, the amount of rares you would see would be exponentially higher. Although that does kind of tempt me. Since I don't do a whole lot of guild activities like raiding, the only reason why I'd want to be in a high population server is to get the auction house. But I mean, being on that low population server, you get some nice... Probably get some nice mounts. I mean, if I was on a low population server right now, I'd probably have the time lost Proto Drake by now. I'm actually curious, how many people are camping for it right now? 0 Alliance characters are camping for it. Although I think it's because there's a shitload of people who are more Horde than Alliance. Because isn't it right now where it's like 1 or 2 out of the top 100 raiding guilds are Horde? Because for 1, that's just where everyone is now. But 2, it's also because the Horde has a slightly higher DPS output than any other, well, than Alliance. I'm actually not sure if it's specifically because of one specific race, like... I don't know. I mean, the Dwarven passive is pretty good. 2% extra critical damage is not bad, especially if you have high critical strike. And for someone like me who crits for nearly a third of a person's HP, it's kind of a lot. It's not bad. There we go. And I do need this for my profession. Because I eventually do want to be able to craft Jeeves. But I need a shitload of stuff. There you go. Whew. 3 Saronite. Oh, does that actually craft 3 bars, or is it... No, it only crafts 1. So it's twice as expensive for Saronite. There you go. Take it, take it. Hey, 325. Before the day of just wearing a tabard. See, look at this. So can this thing actually level up with you? Because it has the same light blue texture. Which makes me think it actually does amplify stats passively over time. Although to be fair, I won't be able to figure that out because none of my gear is exceeding the item level that's for around a level 60. Still though, that's actually not a bad idea. Although I thought enchanters could actually make enchants that actually applied to every level. I thought they had stuff like that. That's the only reason why you could have enchanting on a twink. I guess it's just me. I guess while we're here, let's go ahead and just take a peek at the spawn location for the mount. And see if there's any competition there. God, though. Dungeon Finder is dead for Lich King. Everyone's doing BC dungeons, it seems. It's probably also just because the fact they split it up for some reason. Like, random BC or Lich. Wow. Random BC Crusade dungeon? Jesus. No wonder why. I mean, look at that. I could double the reward. What? Dude, fuck it. If I get double the reward for doing this tier dungeon, why the fuck not? I mean, considering they're the exact same level, I'm not sure why one... I understand, yeah, it's a Crusade dungeon, but it's not like the DPS is gonna be magically 3 times higher. I doubt it. I mean, you could do Heroic fairly easily. Which strange, doesn't really make sense, because aren't BC and the Northern zones, aren't both of them the exact same leveling now? Aren't both of them 60 till 80? Yep, the camping spot for Time Lost Proto Drake is... It's empty. Interesting. It's not out, though. I mean, I'm also not being very thorough in my checking. I mean, the guy spawns, you know, here, here, here. There's a lot of places I could check, but I'm not going to waste 30 minutes flying around. Especially considering I don't have the fastest mount speed yet. Not for another level. Although, to be honest, it's not like I could afford the max flight speed. That shit's expensive. And I've only earned 5 grand in this character. I mean, the only reason why I was able to even afford the flight training today is because I gave myself 5 grand from my previous hunter. You barely earn any gold from leveling, but as soon as you hit 120, you earn so much gold, it's not even funny. Alright, now I just need to walk all the way back to the Howling Fjord. So, let's take a second, everyone, go to the restroom, I'll be right back. For a second, I thought my dog just pissed in my room. Which would make sense, is because my dog was annoying the absolute living shit out of me. Like, coming into my room when I'm getting my 5 hours of sleep. Fucking barking at my cat. And the only way I even have my door open is just so that my cat can get in and out of the room, because he's the only one that likes to fucking cuddle with me. And that asshole was just kneeing my chest the entire night. Making me feel like I'm getting a heart attack. And it's not because, no, I have poor circulation, and no, it's just the cat's huge. Even my vet agrees. A guy going on Twitter saddens me because now all I see is pictures of Rotten Robbie being dead. Or Stefan Karl Stephenson. I can never really pronounce his name because it has all those weird accents on it. Swedish people. Although, to be honest, not to shit on people who are legitimately grieving over Stefan's death, but none of them, like, liked him for the person who he was. Yeah, he was a good character and all, but I mean, millions of people are like that. They only are grieving for him because he's a meme. Which, in a way, feels like it should be insulting. Because if the only way that you know about somebody and, like, of their work is through the jokes someone makes about him in a way that kind of mock his performance in a way, it just seems, in a way, shallow, in a way, unintentionally malicious. Although, that is only, like, a very mild feeling. I don't really think that as, like, a firm belief. But it's just like an itching feeling at the back of my head whenever I see people will grieve for this guy, and I'm just thinking, you motherfuckers didn't care for him. Maybe Mr. Rogers, because a lot of them grew up with him. That, I mean, that makes sense. Because they grew up with him. But I mean, most of these adults grieving over this guy's, what was this show, like Wacky Town or something? I mean, unless you're 10, you probably haven't watched this show, and you probably haven't grown with him. I mean, Dolan Dark just made some memes of him, made the "We are number one" meme, but every time he says one, Big Cheese orders a number 9. I mean, that's the extent of some people. Hello, disgraced ancestor. What clue do you have to offer us? So we're just pilgrimaging someone's grave. Beautiful, I love it. Get out of here, Bone King. I love how even though in debt, he still retains his beard. Even though that implies, like, his hair follicles. His hair follicles are directly embedded into their cheeks. Into their cheekbone. Which would be... That actually might be a kind of a terrifying thought, because you feel like... You have to remember, the complications of something like that. You would have to have hair grow through your cheeks. Legitimately pierce your skin in order to reach the outside world. God, that would just hurt. Imagine teething, but it's through the side of your face. Oh, that just sounds painful. Especially considering the beards of these creatures are, like, incredibly dense. Wow, Lord for everybody. That would make sense. All that extra pain from teething their beard out, or rather... bearding? Would that be the proper turn of phrase? They have been extra hard motherfuckers. I get you. Why is there a cannonball on your corpse? And the guy's still conjuring a single wave in his dreams. I appreciate that. You know no end to your tenacity. A beautiful creature nonetheless. Beautiful, okay. There's still no queue even for the dungeon finder. It's strange. I feel like the Crusade dungeons would have more interest than Lich King, just because of the fact they're worth more. And you'd also get better gear. Sure, they might be marginally harder, but I mean, everyone has heirloom gear that gives them redonkulous stats. I mean, heirloom gear would be best in slot at every level if it gave out to 120. Oh, let's be honest, I kind of wish I had the technical one. There's so many heirlooms nowadays, it actually kind of blows my mind. I mean, just for my enhancement shaman, there's a variety of armor pieces I could choose from, not to mention the weapons that I could choose from that are kind of sweet. Although, to be honest, one of these weapons is clearly better than the others. I mean, double proc on abilities is kind of sweet. Although, I guess that kind of negates the fact that you have all of these. Although, I do kind of just want the extra stats. Although, I am about to get an enchant for my weapons. The issue is I need to be one more level higher before I can get it. But then you also have these sweet necklaces. One that just gives you a straight up movement bonus, which is kind of awesome. Get a necklace that heals you for 10%. One, I mean, wow. I mean, have this with your necklace and my Stoneform passive, I could heal myself for my entire health bar instantaneously while cleansing myself of poisons. I mean, that would be awesome. Oh, this one's actually kind of sweet. The summoning of the tentacles, becoming a hentai monster. That's actually kind of sweet. What else is here? None of them really have any passive effects. They all have consumable abilities off each one of them. Kind of makes it cool, kind of makes it unique, but at the same time, it's just seems weird. Although really, PvP against anybody who has the tentacle heirloom, I mean, they're instantly going to win that fight, because that thing's going to do a shitload of damage. I actually kind of wish I had this. Although, what's the stats in that versus my thing? Interesting. Oh, okay, yeah, that's showing me the item level if it was my item level. And it has like 10 more damage to me. Wow. That is a lot more than what I have right now. If I could just upgrade my weapons. Ah, but those are so expensive. Let me actually go take a look. Let me take a gander, because I haven't actually... I know it's expensive, but I actually haven't taken a... I haven't perused to see what it actually does. Like, maybe there's a cheaper option. Maybe there's a cheaper option. Maybe. Although I need to go to Stormwind real quickly. Where did the music go? I just like completely cut off in Dalaran. Ah, there it goes. Interesting, there's no portal to Ironforge. They have the portals to all the PvP battlegrounds, but none to Ironforge. What? Alright, well, I guess maybe they thought the portals were redundant. But I was thinking, if you're going to have portals to major cities, why only to the one? And doesn't, like, the main city in Pandaria have all the portals to every single significant zone? I guess it's just me. Maybe it's WoW you're supposed to go to. But isn't Dalaran also a place of significance for other storylines? Which kind of makes sense. I mean, it's like the arcane capital of the world. And Jaina Proudmoore, which is like featured in every single storyline, comes from there. Ooh.
Looking for something specific?
I mean, it would be nice professions to actually get into. And 5 gigantic catfish, which probably means I had to fish around in the main city for a second. I'm not really fiending it, especially considering I don't even have the fishing for... What am I trying to think? It's since I don't really have the fishing or cooking for Battle for Azeroth. For some reason I kept thinking WoD, but I know it's not. It's not WoD, it's Azeroth. And I also have no idea where I'm going, because I'd never be in the city. I don't mind the human city, it's just not visually appealing to me. But it's like the only main city that they took time into. Ironforge is like dead. So, I don't need the Guildmaster, I need the one that has the heirloom. So I need to probably go to the professions trainer for archaeology. I guess that makes sense, it'd be in Stormwind. Although, actually, isn't there just like a hole I can fly through? Ah, yes, there is. We can talk to Dr. Jones. Is he in here? Ah, yes, he is. Harrison Jones.
Hey there.
Illustrious Grandmaster Archaeology. Just fucking take my gold. Oh, goddammit. No, the heirloom guy isn't here. Fucking Christ, where is he then? I'm gonna Google search this. Fucking Christ, okay. Heirloom trader trotter trader in what is this called? Stormwind. God, I misspelled like half of that. Okay, no, completely different area. And Ironforge, the heirloom trader, was paired next to the archaeology person, which kind of makes sense considering heirlooms would be of archaeological significance. But no, all we have is just a goddamn library. So they're all the way down here. Aren't these the areas where It's just like PvP vendors? I thought those were just PvP vendors. Yeah. Oh god. That's kind of strange. You can just buy some, like, straight up good gear. What is this? So you can just buy up straight up good rings?
Well,
That's weird.
How are you?
Level 85. I can't even buy these.
I supply only the finest goods.
But you don't supply anything. They just like consolidate what you have. Ooh, they're taking your job. There's a shitload of hunter trainers. Okay, they said he was in here. Where is he at? Warrior. Lied to me again? He's in the basement. No. Okay, so someone's got to be fucking with me. Are there heirlooms in here? I mean, I don't see shit.
need help?
No, not here.
I buy and trade.
Nope, they're... Why did they tell me to come here, then? I see in the other building? I knew it was just... I mean, I guess I could see if like they changed the location. SI, shady dealer. This is the one that sells poisons? No, you just sell a dagger. That's not even shady. Just make yourself a dagger merchant. I know, this is just the spy division. It's strange that they would have the leader of their spy division be out there publicly. That doesn't make sense. You wouldn't want the leader of your spy division to be like a visibly known figure. I mean, that just kind of like defeats the purpose of espionage. Alright, maybe it's in this building.
May you find what you seek.
Mark of Honor. Oh, isn't that the way to do for a Arathi Basin? Yeah. That actually would be nice. Mark of Honor. Interesting. That wouldn't be bad gear to have. Because I have a lot of gear that just has gems in it that I could use. Ooh, old cloaks and weapons. I don't know, that actually looks kind of hideous. Yeah, these actually kind of look hideous. Legacy bonus is inactive. Aww. Wow, okay. I can see why they had to deactivate that legacy passive. Do you see that? 115 stamina? That's 10 times what the gear offers at base. If that was on a twink, that thing would blow you out the fucking water. They probably had to inactivate the legacy stats due to the... Probably just due to the fact they didn't have the time to actually go over the sets. Oh, wow. That actually looks kind of sweet. A little cheesy, but kind of sweet. Why do they have that? Weapons kind of look kind of cool. They just said the same version? Oh, one's intellect, I see. And then one giant two-hander. That actually would be kind of sweet if I could use a two-hander, but I can't use it. Cataclysm. Although I think I actually did a lot of PvP during Lich King, at the end of Lich King. That's what I did a lot. Honor heirlooms.
Can I help you?
Ah. Oh, wait, no, these are for an honor. But you can only do it for weapons and trinkets. Interesting. Mark of Honor. I swear, isn't that something you just get from Arathi Basin? Marks of Honor? I got Mark of Honor old. Interesting. Mark of Honor. Ah, okay, so it's just if you win and if you get the crates. So that's how you get it. So if you win 12 battlegrounds, you're able to upgrade your weapons and your trinket. I guess it makes sense they wouldn't want to do it for armor pieces, because then that would kind of like encourage people really to never leave battlegrounds. I just do that the entire way up to level 120.
Help you find something?
Well, fuck, I can't get them. I mean, I could try to do battlegrounds. The issue is my ass would be handed me like cream cheese. Like, I would get fucked.
Greetings.
Ah, yes, the wool mounts.
Farewell.
Okay, still though, where's the heirloom trader? Points of interest.
Be careful.
No, I looked for vendors and they gave me professions trainers. What? Okay, no. So they don't have one. Okay.
Be careful.
Ironforge then.
Light flesh.
If it ain't gonna tell me where it is, I'm just gonna go Ironforge, because that's the only place where I know it off the top of my head. The guards here are completely useless, and the Google is not helping me either. Why is it this hard to find out where heirlooms are? In the trade district. Is it the trade district? I know you can buy the guild vendor ones in the trade district, but can you buy the other ones there? They're not really telling me. They told me the heirloom ones are back there, but that's for like the old heirlooms. That used to be where like you used to buy heirlooms. Yeah, so we got guild masters here and all that jazz. And a lot of shit I can't buy. What does that actually look like? Well, it doesn't look like anything. I could also buy that dragon, but I'm not feeling it. Yeah, kind of nice. Yeah, it's nice at least. At least you get that free teleportation. I mean, the standard would probably be the only thing worth a while. Since this would give me an extra 5 experience for 15 minutes.
Go with honor, friend.
And that wouldn't be anything. At this level, 5% experience out of 1,000. I mean, it would be negligible. The Gilded Rose, you sound like an inn. Fucking Christ. No, this is alchemy. Maybe is it upstairs? Do they have it upstairs in this house? No, they don't. Rest of them is an Ironforge. So it is an Ironforge! Why would they do that? Why would they only have a portal to Stormwind and Dalaran? And then have to make you take another mean of transportation. You gotta take the fucking tram. You gotta be kidding me. It's like everything in this game was designed, like in WoW, to be more convenient, and then somehow they became less convenient with this shit. Okay, I probably should have just kept my portal stone to this, but I mean, nah, that would take too long to get to Northrend. Alright, so I just gotta wait for this then. And it still takes like a minute to get there. And this is just to explore to see how much it costs to actually get heirlooms. I'm more than certain with my 665 gold that I won't be able to actually afford any of the heirloom upgrades. I can maybe buy an heirloom, but there's no way in hell I can afford it. Although to be fair, half the heirlooms are exactly the same. Yeah, I remember that because I leveled up in the Dwarven starting zone, so I got to know Ironforge a little bit. But I had to change it for Dalaran because now I'm in Northrend. And going back to Ironforge whenever I needed to do anything for training is a little bit ludicrous. Wow. Alright. Getting off Twitter, because that was just a depressing story. Boy fined 500 euros for kicking a dog to death. Wow, that's depressing. Why would anyone even share that? Yeah. Although I guess I actually could potentially pay for these heirlooms if I did have a WoW token. I mean, the most gold I've ever earned in this game is roughly around 10 grand. That's what I've had in my inventory at max. And that's like pretty sad considering I used to play in Pandaria, and gold back then was a little bit easier to come by. Okay. So what do they have to offer us here? Why am I even walking? I have a mount for this place. And actually a pretty decently fast one too. Alright, so what do you got for me? Holy shit, that's a lot of money. Adds that to your toy box. Okay. Discover several Alliance flight points around the Eastern Kingdoms. So this is just a toy you continuously proc, and you just learn all the flight paths. Okay. Upgrade an early weapon, allowing it to go up to 110. Okay. Okay. So the base one costs 1,000 gold, and this allows me to get up to level 90. Well, that's interesting. There's none that goes to like 60, 70, 80. It just goes all the way up to 90. I guess it's convenient. You only have to upgrade it 3 times. And then did you get one for 100 and then one for 110? Well, I can't afford that. I mean, I might be able to afford it. I mean, that's not too far out of my price range. Let's see. I mean, like I said, I haven't leveled up my guys at all. I mean, my account was hacked and banned in Pandaria. So I haven't made much progress since then. As evident by the fact my entire inventory and skill bars are empty. Nice shenanigans that I randomly acquired for no reason. There's actually probably quite a few unobtainable items. I mean, you do have all these nice little pieces of gear that are useless. Alright, so I have 1,000 gold here on this guy. So, pause Nikon. And let's just send up 1,000. There you go. So that's all I got. This guy's got some nice bags in him. I wonder if this is actually even worth anything. And it rides up the Bronze Drake. Got back when that was still a thing. Oh no, that's a choo-choo train. I'm gonna get kicked for that. Yeah, not too bad. Actually, I'm curious. Could I craft myself another bag then in the meantime? Because I actually wouldn't mind getting another bag for my guy. Nope, I cannot craft a single thing. Yep. I cannot craft anything. Actually, wait, scratch that. Scratch that. I actually may be able to craft something. Because I've been saving up all my cloth on... from my other guy that I'm leveling. And I have like, what, 400 cloth on him? Because because I've been doing a shitload of dungeons. So actually, I might have some left on this guy. Get out of here. Let's just redo that. Ah, the overflowing purple stein. I actually kind of like that. Legacy set. To think that's legacy and I have it in my inventory and I used to legitimately use it. And I'm able to fully refund that. Nice. Don't need that too. And Fell Charm Tomes. See, yeah, didn't these used to be like a crafting reagent too? I actually do have some old legacy crap on this guy too. Like, let me take a look here.
You got my attention.
Besides all my legacy heirloom gear, I also have all of this old ammo here. Back from when ammo used to be a thing. This was like during the end of Lich King. Because after that, all that completely disappeared. What else in here could I use? I mean, I have all these toys that I could probably put into my inventory. Oh yeah, and all these seeds for plants in Pandaria, because apparently planting was a big thing then. Oh yeah, that's right! There's a cogwheel slot for engineer's items. That's right, that's right! This guy used to be an engineer. This guy used to be a lot of things. He flipped his professions a million times. And he only has 73 gold. Yep. This guy definitely doesn't have anything that could really help me. I mean, technically, technically I could put this on my gear on my character. Technically I can put that on Paznikon. And he kind of needs it. Critical strike and attack power. That actually would be decently better. I actually just kind of want to have the Steins and the Tankards on my... The Tankard of Terror. That's actually legitimately a cool weapon. Wait, is that soulbound to me, though? Binds when equipped. Okay, good. So that I... This is actually... that is legitimately an upgrade for my... Not my twank. My alternative character. That is legitimately an upgrade. Sad, but it's true. It's true. And this shit's enchanted, too. This legitimately would be decent gear for my character. And of course, the regeneration and all that stuff is fucked. The gouging pick. Everyone has the gouging pick. I feel right at home. Anything else I could really give to my guy? I think that's really it, though. I mean, I have a shitload of food. Which actually may be good. Because that means I actually may be able to make some Pandarian cuisine for me on my alternative guy. And that's everything. Stuff. So, send this. What else could I send? That's it. That's it, really. Wait, actually, wait. Brutal leg armor. So not... Oh, that's strength. I can't use that. I need agility or attack power or anything else. I can't use that. Looks cool, to be honest. I mean, the tankard is legitimately a cool weapon. And it's considered a mace. So it's actually even better for me. Because that means I can legitimately use it on this guy. Since maces are the only thing I can use on an enhancement shaman. I think. I haven't tried swords and I haven't tried daggers in a hot second. There we go. So now I actually have some money on this guy. 1,000 gold, admittedly, not a whole lot. I actually kind of regret buying the upgraded mount, because now I don't have enough money to upgrade my heirlooms. But, you know, it's something. Live and let learn. Ah, the guy that has the albino drake. Kind of a sweet armor set. Or, not sweet armor set. Kind of a sweet mount. I think I have that, to be honest. Oh, yeah. First thing. Yeah, I have that. I don't really have any exclusive mounts. I think all of these mounts are pretty easy to get. At least from what I understand. I haven't really seen it off the top of my head. Okay, I'm popping around here. And this, I don't care out there about the freaking arena. So now we got a new... And I haven't collected this appearance yet either. Ooh! No wonder why I couldn't use the tankard. That's still sweet though. And it is legitimately better than my weapons in every category. Requires level 80. Damn it! So I need to be one more level to use this. It's strange. Once I hit level 80, a lot of things open up to me all of a sudden. Alright. Just incorporate that into the loot space. See, now I got 2 weapons for level 80. As soon as I hit level 80, my DPS is going to go way up. And now, I should be able to buy some heirloom enchantments. Hi. You upgrade an heirloom armor, trinket, shield, or offhand to level 90. So is it item level 90 or is it level 90? That's my question. If it's only to item level 90, that's not really going to be a whole lot of a buff to me. Thank you. Ah. Beautiful. Yes. Ah. That upgraded my stats. That was actually kind of significant. That was at least like a decent amount of critical strike and agility. Like at least 10 or 15 more. That's not bad. Level 90. Okay, good. So that makes sense. Yep, it's above level item level 890. Okay, that makes sense. That's sweet. Awesome. Perfect. There we go. It's not much, but it's something. My stats are shit right now. Considering, like, most of my gear is heirloom. So my stats are suffering considerably. And I'm really unable to really upgrade it. Like, the amount of trinkets I get is abysmal. Do I really need to go back to Stormwind? What do I need to do? I mean, I guess I can get my professions trained while I'm here. Hey. Why am I spending all this money? I shouldn't be doing it. But I like engineering. Get goofy shit. Obsidian. It's not too bad. And I mean, considering I'm pretty much gonna skip Cataclysm. I am legitimately skipping Cataclysm. I hate it. I mean, not to say that I hate it. I've just done so much Cataclysm shit already. I mean, doing the classic leveling is no longer classic. It's all Cataclysm. Everything in the old world is Cataclysm leveling now, and I don't care for it too much. Especially considering some of the Cataclysm zones are so woefully underdeveloped. Like, if you go to Arathi Highlands, go to right here. Go to this zone. Explore the ship. Tell me how many items are in the ship. I will tell you, there is nothing in there. A boat that is meant to be inhabited has 0 items in it. Like, clearly they were pressed on time when they were revamping all the old zones in Cataclysm, but they skimped like a brother trucker in some areas to an unholy degree. It's kind of sad. Hey there, cooking trainer. Hey. finally finished this guy's Cataclysm. Although, to be fair, I'm about to spend a shitload of money once I get the Pandaria. Alright, yeah, now we can get out of here. Because that was everything, right? So back to Dalaran. And while we're here, too, let's go ahead and do those actual Burning Crusade dungeons. I actually want to see what gear I can get from them. Since they revamped the leveling for all of these zones, I should theoretically get higher tier gear there, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they revamped the dungeons and all that. It'll be my first time. I'm definitely doing a Crusade dungeon. That seems like it actually might be fairly difficult. So back down to the Howling Fjord. I'm not sure if there's actually a specific path I could take there, but we're just going to fly there and hope for the best. Need to go back to the keep. It'd actually be kind of sweet if you could have two different Hearthstones. Like, you could have your Astral Recall be for one area, and this for another area. I know there's like a specific Dalaran Hearthstone you can get at some point, too. I know! Just choose one tune and hit 120. I would make so much money just for doing the questing alone. But at the same time, I just don't find that... I just don't find that to be, like, appealing at all. Boosting a character to 110 and doing all of that, getting the great heirlooms, getting... working towards a Dark Iron immediately, instead of just doing this whole thing of leveling without any money. In all aspects, it's a terrible idea. But I'm still doing it. I'll still use my shit tier weapons and get all the way there. And honestly, on a side note, they should make this tanker the 120 weapon. Make it best in slot for enhancement shamans again. Or rogues. Oh, that'd be sweet. To be honest, I probably could just sell a decent amount of these supplies, since a lot of these are legacy supplies, and people who want to level up their old enchanting, this would be perfect for them. Oh wait, shit! Fuck. Ah, fuck. 1 second. I forgot to do this. I'm a dumbass. Thank God I have 2 Hearthstones. And I'm not sure why I'm so high in the sky. I forgot to go back and actually make some bags for my guy. I mean, because I'm using the revered satchels you buy from the vendors, and I had these since like level 10. Or level 20, I should say, because I started doing dungeons in 15. That's when I got revered with Ironforge. That's right. So I need to go back to the bank. That's where I had my Neverweave cloth, I think. You have it, right? Yeah, you have all my cloth. So let's see, Neverweave is what I need. There we go. So then, give this to Bowser. Send it to Bowser. No, Bowser. Stuff. So then, send this. Actually, wait. I'm going to probably need that for engineering, so keep that. Yes. So I think that might be enough to actually make some bags. That would actually help me out decently, because I don't want to come back and forth as much. Let's take a gander here. Get out of here. I know I need to actually get something here. I just want to get 7th Legion rep and unlock the Dark Iron Chamois. I know! I want to do it too, man. I want to be Dark Iron Dwarf so bad. I'm up there with you. The thing is that I know it'll take me ages to do it. Here we go. Tailoring. So I have a shitload of Northwind stuff. So you there. Bolt of Frostweave. Oh, imbued Frostweave. I need infinite... Fuck. shit. No! Damn it! Why does the bag need to be imbued? Fuck. Do I have infinite dust in the bank? No, I have nothing in the bank. Fuck. Damn, okay. Well, I mean, at least I can give my enchants to the other guy. It's a Pasmicon. Maybe he can use these at least. Because I certainly can't. And I already know that. Yeah, I literally just have all Pandaria stuff, so all this stuff is useless to me. Damn it. Actually, wait, I think most of this is Cataclysm, right? Yeah, this is all Catac shit. Well, at least I'll have gear for my other guy. And there's no way in hell those heirlooms are getting above 120. So those enchants will be always applicable. I probably want people to use them though until I'm level 90. That's what I'm assuming. Gracias. Yo, I can't use them right now. Dude, okay. Never mind. That's awesome. So I got... So I can randomly make my versatility go up. So do I want dodge or precision? Eh. Extra damage. Oh wait, it's bracers though. There's something, enchant the cloak, gloves. Is there something that I could do? Yeah. Okay, well at least I could put Heart Song on something. Hey, and thanks for the follow too on Mixa. For those of you who don't know, I'm currently streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer, so if you see chats from other streams, that's why. Like, I don't want to do it because I have... Well, I can do it with the gloves because I have the extra... I have the 5 of them, so I can do it. So fuck it. Double my haste. Yeah, boy. That's almost like a single % bonus. Fear me. Oh, wait. Shit. Why did I even do that? I should have gave Heart Song to my cup. I might be able to upgrade my weapon at some point. If I ever get the money. And I get some of that infinite dust then. As soon as I get that infinite dust, I'll be able to get those bags. And you know, to be honest, I probably could sell those bags for a decent chunk of cash. Because those bags would actually be difficult as hell to make nowadays. Because all of those ingredients would be incredibly scant. Although at the same time, the bag would also be obsolete. So it would be terribly useful. So I have to sell it at a lower price. Oh wait, shit, I didn't know I was still queued. I logged out. How am I still queued? Alright, well never mind then. That was a bad idea. Maybe I might be able to make something from engineering that'll be useful at some point. Hey, because right now it's still a little shit. Although, and one more level, I'm leaving the zone and never coming back. I'll be in Pandaria next. Fuck doing Kata stuff. Hell, it doesn't even look like I can do Kata stuff. I mean, I guess I could do the underwater levels. Meh. That sounds unappealing. Yes! Panda shit! That sounds like better to me. Although I don't have the adventure guide yet to tell me where to go. And it's just telling me to do brawls and crap. Eh. I love how you are so into professions and stuff at low level. I mean, I do like it. It's just like a nostalgia thing for me, but at the same time, there's also some cool hidden gems in there that are kind of sweet. Like, you may think Northern Engineering is useless, but then you can make fucking Jeeves, which is, yeah, it's outclassed by the mounts that you can have, but in the areas where you can't have the mounts, easy way to fix all your gear and to sell shit. So it's kind of nice. And you can also make Mechaneer choppers. In the Outland Engineering, you can make bikes, or the helicopter, which I'm riding right now. And where was that ore vein? I just saw that thing too. Never mind then. All I did was spam dungeons. I mean, for the vast majority of my alternative characters, that's what I did for classic leveling, from like 1 to 60. But then I didn't really make that many alternative characters in Cataclysm and Pandaria because, I mean, Cataclysm, not a lot of people played that. I mean, that's when historically WoW's subscription freaking tanks. Like, it was like 2 people playing at that time. Who the is call? 1 second. Alright, well, that was just my volunteer, like, I do volunteer shenanigans for hospice. That was just them calling off for the day, so I canceled my plans for the day, so I can just stream all day. Fuck it, why not? Why not? Is my microphone still on? Yes, it is. Yeah. I always have a nasty habit of forgetting to turn that thing on. I've had many hour-long streams of me actually accidentally being muted without even knowing it. It's not that common. If I switch games and I forget to not unmute my mic, no one's going to be in the chat to tell me. Well, now that I say that, I'm guaranteeing people like, is he muted for anyone else? I can't hear him. He's doing shit, but I can't hear him. Oh my god. There is so many bots in my Twitch channel right now. And bots, I mean, like, not view bots, because I don't do view botting. I'm not Athene. But there are a lot of those auto-hosting bots in here. Goodness me. Wow. That is a lot. Yep, they're auto-host bots. That's a lot of them, too. Wow. I feel like Twitch would have to crack down on that at some point, because I feel like those auto-hosting bots would have to be taking up a lot of their processing power. Since Twitch is still sending them information regarding the streams they view. Kind of like how Pokemon Go had to cancel the bot that allowed you to see where everything was spawning. Don't have time for anything else. That's all I play right now. Yeah, I get it too. It's a pretty addicting game. But I mean, it's pretty good. It's always fun to do it at the new expansions. It's just whether or not they're able to keep that momentum. It's impossible to keep all momentum because hype is always impossible to satisfy. But yeah, they've had historically some issues with their expansions and actually keeping the dedicated players in here. Destroying the vats happened to spy one of the apothecaries from New Agraman being pulled into the Hagrid by the Vulcan down there. Poor fella. Paladin has the goods on him. Alright, we'll kill him then. Might as well turn to the other quest too. Hey. I don't know, maybe they might do something really extreme and put it in a mobile game. So that your pets are able to battle for themselves. Ooh, that'd be perfect. Here's the clues, here you go. We must recover the stolen artifacts and return them to the cursed place. You must know once more. Very nice. Hey, the Tusker! I'm honored with them now. My people are bitterly entrenched in the war with Northern Sea freebooters have entertained the Tusker to help to free its quest. Ooh! So the Tusker are here too? Hell yeah, I love the Tusker. They're like pandas, but awesome. Have you tried the elemental spec? I tried it in older expansions. I think I tried it in either Lich King or Cataclysm. But I just kind of like the enhancement aesthetic. Yeah, I miss the tomes of elemental, but I kind of like the free mobility and the just insane AoE of the enhancement shamans. Like right now, I have the Ride the Lightning and the Forked Lightning passive for Storm Strike. So what ends up happening is that I spam Crash Lightning, which is an AoE in its own right, but then it enhances my Storm Strike to do an extra 100 damage to all enemies in front of me. And then I have Chain Lightning, which hits the enemy in front of me and then hits 3 other targets and does more damage. And then I have Forked Lightning, which then just hits 2 other people 40 yards away or more, or 40 yards away or less. So I just end up doing a shitload of AoE damage. So like if there's 2 or 3 ads in front of me, I will eviscerate and do top DPS regardless. Although to be fair, I haven't checked out my DPS stats in a hot second. Ooh, wait, is there a quartermaster here? Got a fishy. Nah, you ain't the quartermaster. Where's the quartermaster? Is he around here? General goods. I actually wouldn't mind. Didn't they have like a sweet fishing pole or something? What do you got here? Nope, you just got that one spear that the old Tuskers sell. Nope, you don't have it either. Oh, damn it, he isn't in here. That's good for PvP. I mean, it's not really that good for PvP, considering that, I mean, yeah, you'll hit a lot of people, but I mean, there's other stuff they can do that probably do better single target. Although, to be honest, all of those, like, AoE passives I apply to this weapon apply to single target. And on top of that, Storm Strike has the chance of automatically proccing itself, doing like double damage and costing 0 Maelstrom and resetting the cooldown of Storm Strike, so you can get 2 Storm Strikes off in within a 2-second interval if it procs. And they can also proc itself, so then you can cause a chain reaction, so then you might be able to kill somebody within a couple of hits. The Office Bundle. He's a good Tusker. He is good to let us see some more. The party is instead of port the swelling port far south of here. Unfortunately, they have fortified their camp, their defenses. There's certainly many people to assist and infiltrate on the Scalawag. Pirate mercenary named Great Snap has recently came to our village in search of food and shelter. In exchange, he gives us information about the enemies. Eh, not bad. Also, get our fish for sustenance. Alright. It wouldn't be a World of Warcraft quest if there wasn't something about needing food. Or needing resalvage supplies. Actually, it would be decent for PvP, I imagine. The only issue is that I don't have the I don't have the money to actually upgrade my weapons, so they're absolute crap right now. That's mine, Wolf. Yeah, no takey. Ooh. That actually might be good for me then, because I can make some more great feasts for the dungeons down here. There you go. Thank you, thank you. Where are the rest of them? There's actually strangely very few of them on this island. Which doesn't make sense because there's giant hordes of them on the mainland. And these assholes keep killing them. Out of here, out of here. And the guy just ignores me. He doesn't see the lightning either. Bow down to my will. Although, to be honest, it's actually, there's a lot of good passes for enhancement shamans. They really made it easy for them to do PvP. I mean, besides the fact you have a long-range slow that applies on every single passive hit of your weapon, that's pretty sweet. But then you also have passives, or rather talents, that actually make it so you can do effectively a charge. So those are actually not that bad either. Why are you evading my attacks? Oh, god damn it. That's the one downside to all these passives, is that enemies that you're not really looking at will occasionally just... For some reason, that procced instead. I didn't mean to actually use the wolves. There we go, I just meant to heal myself. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's a decent amount of them down here. The only issue is that I'm constantly running out of Maelstrom. The new lock animations are so cool, they forced me to get back into my Affliction lock. Ooh, I haven't checked them out in a hot second. I know they changed the... Oh, what was it? I know they changed the... Why am I drawing a blank to this all of a sudden? The Fire Elemental, the actual, like, character model for that, I know they changed that to actually make it a little bit sweeter. So it actually kind of makes me want to change into... Isn't there like a class of shaman that actually has a fire totem that summons one of them? I think there has to be something like summon fire elemental. Yes, it is. So it actually kind of makes me want to get that. 2.5 minute cooldown. I wish I could get that as an enhancement shaman instead of the earth golem. But you know, I'll take it. Earth golem's kind of nice. I was actually kind of hoping my belt actually ends up getting a type of... I don't know what to say. Like, I actually kind of wish I could use this. The issue is that that my belt, which has allowed me to mind control the humanoid, doesn't actually work. I need Engineering 350, which doesn't exist in the game anymore. So, and actually, for me to even use Legacy Tinkers and stuff like that, it's actually impossible. Like, it physically doesn't have the requirements in the game anymore to use it. And the thing is, I imagine that actually kind of pisses off Twinks. Because Twinks that actually have a decent amount of time invested into, like, getting their old gear with old Tinkers, and then they just figure out, it's like, oh, wow. They just don't simply work anymore. And it's probably because WoW didn't have the time or resources to actually go back and fix all the legacy item sets. I mean, to fix it and then doing bug tests, it probably would take a while. Look at that charge at the speed of sound there. Hey, you're getting there. Oh, I love that slow. The thing is, that slow is going to be even worse once I have Fury of the Air. So that I can just spam Rockbiter and that Frostbrand. With this, oh, they would not be able to move at freaking all. That would be beautiful. That I wouldn't mind. And of course, these freaking Tuskers are refusing to drop meat now. Christ, I'm just gonna go back on the mainland. Because if I go right here, there's herds of them. Then I can just sit there and spam Rock Golem in and get a shitload of meat. I'm not sure why they made it so slow. Hey, excuse me, I'm gonna go back to mainland. I feel like this will actually be faster. Oh, okay, good. So the timers for this dungeon is actually less. Not as extensive as they were. All we need now is the actual and healer for it. That I won't mind. Where are those? Hey, those little Tuskers at? I know they weren't here. Oh wait, shit, they're across the island then. Maybe a little bit over. Ah, here they are. Okay. So I was right. But the one's having some serious pathing issues. There you go. Come here, Tubbies. Oh wait, no, this actually might be a bad idea though. Yeah, that's right, because these assholes do this. Just keep shocking them, maybe they'll die fast enough. Yeah, it would be kind of embarrassing dying to easy mechanics like that. To be fair though, I don't have any trinkets to actually evade disorients. The only thing I have is kind of the passive that lowers the... What am I trying to think? Lowers like the incoming stun of anything like that by 20%? But it actually doesn't really seem to work, because I still have the same timer in all of these regardless. Like, if I'm feared or stunned, I still have the same time to get out of that stuff as my allies. Doesn't seem to really be doing a whole bunch. I think maybe it's for, like, direct CC. Although it is a PvP passive. So I guess it would make sense it would apply to me. Yeah. Can you stun them real quickly? Holy shit, I'm nearly dead. Yep. Fucking vanilla rogues here. Woo, shit. Why do you guys hurt? This is why you need that Storm Strike procs. Just keep procking, keep procking. Okay. Out of all of them. Oh, of course, it's specifically Island Shovel Tusks. Oh, I didn't even read that. Why specifically the island? Can I just take the Shovel Tusk meat that I have in my inventory? I have it. Doesn't that all that matters? Oh yeah, look at that helmet. Look at that high quality mesh texturing. The thing is not even big enough for my eyes to poke through. Who did the gear for this? Oh my god. My guy just looks like he's Asian with all of his eyes so close together. Okay, well now I have all the Shovel Tusk meat that I don't need. Hey, but at least I can make another feast. Hey, that's mine there, fatty. Hey, here, wolf. There you go, feel the lightning, and now the Shovel Tusk hates me. I was saving you. Although I guess I was trying to save you so I could kill you myself. There you go. And I guess it is kind of nice. At least I get the extra shield meat. The thing is, though, there's like no mammoths in the zone, I think. So there's no way for me to actually even properly make a great feast. I need to go back to the Storm Peaks where those mammoths were in giant herds. Those things were easy as hell to kill. Especially considering they didn't chain CC you to death. There you go. And I kind of miss the Storm Peaks because you could easily get that one little brew that would easily out-tank any sort of damage. The brew give you essentially life steal for your auto attacks. Like 1,000 HP per hit. Basically made questing that zone easy peasy. Well, that, and you could also use it in the dungeons too. So if you had like a mythic dungeon to do for that zone, like what dungeon in there do you actually have to do? I'm trying to think. Like any of the Maker's dungeons that took place in that zone, you could do with that buff on. And you wouldn't even need a healer for that zone. Earth Shield plus that slight drought there, be set. I mean, you'd be healing for over 2,000 a second. Not a second, but you're getting close up there. Especially with this Earthen Shield. Ooh, shit. I'm surprised that wolf actually didn't come to attack me. He's just thinking, oh shit, lightning came out of the sky out of nowhere. I'll go back to my post. Yeah, of course, they're still giving me anything. Where are they at? I mean, I wouldn't mind this, but the drop rate is so low. I hate quests like this where it's like, oh yeah, this would be nice and a quick little quest to do. And it's just like, okay, I've gotten you enough meat to feed an entire 17 villages. And I still need to kill more because it's not the right meat. I mean, I've legitimately gotten twice the amount of Shovel Tusk meat for an actual profession. I don't know how this makes sense. I'm not sure why they make it so you have to get a proprietary, like a proprietary meat source. It's meat nonetheless, and I feel like if they just had it so, there you go. The cooking professions shared the same meat. I mean, it would have given an incentive for crafters, like cookers, to people to actually pick it up and actually properly maintain it. Because now they can just use extra ingredients they get from, you know, the daily quest or spice bags or whatnot, and still just turn it around and use it for free experience. Not a bad idea. Hey there, Tubby. There we go. Thank you, thank you. It's for the spirit of war is depicted as silver eagle. There's 100 of wargs to save his young, and it's 2 for us. To find our foes and save our brother, we need to craft a new weapon. The horns of the Frostwing Chimera make their home in the snowy parts of the island, and they're sharp and easily crafted into spear tips. I'm not sure why you'd be at a shortage of weapons. I mean, if you're in an active war campaign, usually then weapons become quite abundant. Because a lot of people tend to die at around that time, so yeah, a lot more weapons become available. I mean, there used to be a huge issue during the plague times in medieval Europe. When a third of the population died, it actually became fairly easily to get like a military's worth of weapons. Since there was so many from people dying, you'd just be able to go to a simple blacksmith or a merchant or whatever and buy, you know, hey, I need, say, 17 gambesons, 7 chain coats, 7 armor's caps, with fitting chaincomb helms, and say 5 spears with 7 shields, and like you'd be able to get set that day for like the price of a loaf of bread. Oh yeah, it was pretty cheap back then. In fact, they probably couldn't sell them fast enough, probably because no one wanted a cursed weapon that probably had the plague on it. I understand that too. Oh, I guess all they have to do is put it in the fire for 15 minutes. Hello there, Dubby. I need your flesh in there for a second. This actually wouldn't be not that bad of a pet to actually tame. These guys actually look kind of badass. If only my belt worked on you, I'd be able to take you for myself. Actually, though, what can actually spawn here that's tameable? The King Ping! Oh, wait, no, you can't tame it. For a second, I thought that would actually be kind of sweet, to have a penguin as a pet. But no, it tells you what pets are actually tameable around here. Of course, we need one more Khmer horn. Gotta ink out the lifetime for the zone. Just get as many as humanly possible. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Oh god, though, why are you not dropping anything? There's 4 horns per each creature. I'm not sure why it's taking so long to get only 3. Oh, look, this guy has 3 on his single head right now. So you should have 3 right now. Nope. Okay. Although that's actually not that bad of a shoulder piece. But you don't have that 10 EXP buff. Although, to be honest, it actually wouldn't be that hard to get an EXP buff. Isn't there a gem, like a red gem that you can get, that actually gives you a 5% experience? That actually wouldn't be that bad of a gear piece to get myself. I'd have to be a jewelry crafter for that. There we go. Just sit there and pass over for us. Yeah, thank you, thank you. You know, I actually think I might get into alchemy next time. Just because I want my next character to be able to get that spectral moose mount from Legion. That I'm actually curious. How much would that go for in the auction house? Considering that would probably be fairly difficult to get. Spectral moose. Ooh, that'd be sweet.
May I help?
May I help? Yes, you can. Here you go. Here's your horns. The totem is that Moose is ready. Well, I think you made spears, though. We must cast a piece away as the time for being and strike those who protect us. Alright, alright. We'll kill who needs to be killed. Oh, that's right. Wasn't there some fatty over here that wanted food? Yes. Where are you at, though? Does he still exist here? Oh, no, he's all the way down there. Where are you at? Ah, that's right, the pirate. Oh, quite it. quite a luxurious boat you got here.
Time is money.
Master of Disguise. I've seen this artifact and reason that I'm here in the sky by myself. Bad things those are. Alright, so apparently you have secrets here to tell us? I'm not sure why they would fear you and then give you a shitty little dinghy.
Have a good one.
So I have to go to Scallywag? Hold on to your hat. Scallywag we go. Hold on to your hat? You're nothing but a hat. That... This Tauren has seemed to have ascended to the next level of being. He is now a tier 3 Dwarven. It's kind of creepy. Why do I need this guy anyway? I can fly there. I have a mount. I have water walking. Anybody who comes to Northrend can at least swim here. I thank you for the free ride, though. Ooh. It actually would be good food, too. Ooh, maybe you could tame those next. And they might look a little wonky. What else is here? Okay, nah. There you go. Thank you, thank you. So why are you guys even taking me to Scallywag? You just want the artifacts without doing any of the bloody work. I feel ya, I feel ya. There you go. Thank you, thank you. God, that yarring thing is teeth grinding. Alright, so what do you have to offer us here? Are you guys even a part of a faction? Ah, here you are.
Good day to you.
Oh. So you guys actually can get this. The Acolyte shirt I could take because I actually don't have a shirt myself, so I'll take that.
Have a good one. You need something?
With just materials. It's valuable in itself. Is that what you sell? You just sell some blood elf crap? That looks like eccentric. I mean, I dress in armor. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not that eccentric, although I do look like a golden idol, a golden Ted. Because everything I'm wearing is just bright-ass yellow. Take my prize, Cinderella, scrying crystal, and feed into the bane of my existence, Scoodles the Orca. So the ship swims out past the ships directly southeast. So kill that a fine thing.
See you around.
I'm not sure why an orca would eat a crystal, and I'm pretty sure that would kill it itself too.
Hello.
Okay.
See you
We'll
later.
go and get the other antiques. Why wouldn't pirates be interested in antiques? You could sell that stuff for millions of gold. There you go. Oh, that's right. I did a BC dungeon too. Okay. Oh, they're decent experience. That's nice. Here you go, everybody. Eat some feasties. Got some fud. So they should be taking that stuff is pure delicacies. I know it's not very much food, but it's something. Okay. Oh, wow. These creatures drop a lot more gold. It's like double the gold of what you get from doing those Lich King dungeons. That's kind of nice. And you also get the carry and expedition stuff too. Kind of nice. And you know, it's not even that hard either. And it is my same level too. Not too bad. And that's going to be kind of easy for the tank too and the healer too. Since with the shield, that's just all that extra healing potential. Oh, I see what you're doing. Sneaky, sneaky. Kind of reminds me of the dungeon mechanics in ESO where half the time you don't even manage to actually do anything. You just run past everything and die. Although strangely not a mechanic in ESO. They don't just simply run past everything and kill themselves at the very end. Yeah, it's probably because the quest here actually kind of prevent it. Well, any of the supplies I earn here is actually probably not going to be worth it, considering that I can't use any of this. Maybe I could use the cloth. I could give that back to my guy in my actual tailor. He actually may be able to use all this jazz. There we go, take all this beautiful materials. So is that enough bog beasts? I don't know, we kind of need one more. Give me all of it. Ooh, and I think I might be able to level through this dungeon. And I only need another 300,000 experience. That seems I feel like that's reasonable for a dungeon. To get 3/4 of the level. Ooh, especially considering I get 70,000 for completing this. Yeah, that's not bad. This actually should be done then. I actually might be able to get a decent trinket or something to replace my gear. There you go, take it all. Yeah, I can't take any of these motes then. I mean, you can take him too, I don't mind. Although, I'm assuming as soon as I use this lightning strike... Ooh. Activate panics. Oh, in Christ. Just stun. Just stun. My tab targeting is not even working very well because there's too many things to tab. Ooh. Wow, they eviscerated the rock golem in 2 seconds. So they pulled 3 taffy for them. There you go. Why did I get anything for that? I got 70 pieces, everyone else just got a shitload of money. I feel betrayed. I wasn't thinking I was deserving. Son of a good boy. No, 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 no. I think he was just winding up for a one-shot there. It is kind of nice, even though this dungeon is meant to be level 80, it's actually strangely easy. At least though, I think this means you actually get some really nice loot drops here, right? Since you're on this mode, right? We're on heroic. When I technically... What are we on? Oh wait, no, it's random burning crusade. No. What am I smoking? Isn't that the heroic variety of the dungeons? Yeah, strangely enough, the heroic dungeons for Burning Crusade, they're actually not... Well, how should I phrase this? The Burning Crusade heroic dungeons, the ones that you can actually apply for, those... they're actually, like, weaker than the normal dungeons for some reason. Like, if you actually look at it, Burning Crusade heroics are from 60 to, like, 75. So that means the normals are actually 5 levels higher. And I'm not sure why that's the case. And they still offer that increased loot. So I'm thinking what ended up happening is that the actual loot drops for the heroic dungeons couldn't actually be scaled to level 80 without causing balance issues. So I'm thinking that might be the issue. Hey, I'll take it though. Wait, what did I get? Did I get a weapon? Oh no, just a shitty claymore. Although to be honest, I would rock that crap. I mean, my torch looks conflicted right now, so that'd be that's it with the other stuff. So it's this way, I think, if I'm reading this map right. Ah, yes, it is. Okay. Wait. Is that a heart song? Yes. So my versatility increased. Yeah, it's a nice little damage, or a nice little tanking bonus. Also, isn't just versatility like extra resistance? Oh wow, no, I don't have any versatility on any of my weapons, but it said it didn't increase my damage. I thought versatility was a defensive buff. Increases damage and healing down by 2% and increases... Oh! So it's a damage and... It's like a damage debuff and increase. Okay. Interesting. So versatility isn't that bad of a stat. I'm kind of curious as to why they actually reduced the amount of stats in game. I thought it was to make the balancing actually easier. But to be honest, there really isn't that really a whole lot of stats to kind of play around with and cause different builds. Like in Elder Scrolls Online, there's a lot of stats and weird stuff you can do with that actually can make or break a variety of interesting builds. And can even make super niche builds that are like not viable in most situations viable. Like heavy attacking and light attacking exclusively really shouldn't be that much of a damage boost, but if you gear yourself properly, it works. Why are we going over there? Alright, I guess we'll take this long way around to get to this boss. There we go. And we're actually getting a decent amount of drops here too. And all of them are a decent amount of money. I mean, look at that. Fucking 8 gold for that shitty weapon. That's nice. If I can get 1,000 gold to this dungeon and actually get... Oh! So we just had to kill the other guys. So he just has to kill him. That'd be beautiful. Why are you attacking us? Your slave master is dead. The one downside of long-range AoE. Hey, free money, I'll take it. Especially that I can make bags out of. I'm using Ember Silk bags right now, but I'm pretty sure Hyperweave makes the same bags. And the Ember Silk, doesn't it just only require the thread, bolts of thread? I don't think you need any of that fancy-dancy enchant shit. Now, let me honest, they probably want to make bags a little bit exclusive. Make it cost at least a decent amount. Hey, thanks for the food. Actually, it might be... Oh, wait, that's right. That's right. The strange thing is, if you actually try to level Outland cooking, say if you're on a Twink or something, it's actually kind of hard to do, since base cooking for Outland actually gives you 0 recipes. So if you actually go to an Outland cooker to learn Outland cooking, you can't craft anything. Like, legitimately, I went to an Outland cooker to learn stuff, and there's nothing. Like, literally, I can't scroll down any further or examine. It just ends there. And I'm still confused as to why. Like, I feel like somebody had to be like, you know, alright, game test this one minor feature for maybe a second, and they'd realize, oh, I can't. And I'm assuming it's because you're supposed to get world drops to get your food, but it's like there's no easy and convenient world drops easily. So actually getting up in any regard is still difficult to shoot. And I can see for a twink that being actually kind of off-putting then, because somebody wants to get the BC experience, they're kind of screwed. Ooh. I haven't collected the appearance, so why not? Wait, can it oh wait, no, that's right. He has a human inside of it. I think you could actually disassemble that corpse. Of metal grinding on stone. Beautiful. I don't care about the art. You can go ahead and take it. Even that guy's leveling up his professions. He knows how to get my heart. It's not a bad idea there. I'm actually curious, are any of these people using the brand new races yet? I've seen a few people walk around with, say, the dark, like the void, what are they called? The void elves? I haven't seen a dark iron yet, but I've seen a couple of void elves. And I'm not sure how that's the case. I think it might be because there's something in Legion. But that I actually wanted to... Kind of curious as to how they actually managed to get that so fast. Because didn't it take 7 weeks to get it? And this patch has only been out for like, what, a week or two? So you shouldn't really expect them to really have anything like that yet. So I think it's a remnant over from Legion. The thing is, though, I have no idea what crossed over from the expansion from Legion. Because I didn't play Legion at all. I mean, the only experience I had with Legion was what Soda Pop showed on his stream. And I didn't even watch him very often. Only just like at the very tail end when I got excited again for... Oh, wow. And no lightning bolt. Beautiful. Me too, delete that. That's strange. It feels like this has the same aesthetic as a different Naga dungeon, but I can't put my finger on it. But I do love the shitload of gold we're getting. It's strange how old content has strangely a higher gold amount than the new one. I wonder if it's because they changed the amount of gold you actually earn from BC. Like, did they hyper elevate it? Like, as a way to encourage people to come back to the zone? I guess I kind of get it. Oh, beautiful. And we actually are earning a decent amount here. There you go. Don't need that. The zone's actually going pretty damn fast, considering I don't even have my rock golem back up, and we're back at the next boss. I'm so used to Lich King dungeons taking like an hour and a half. I have no idea what the fuck he just said. There's like 7 different things, all meaning nothing. It's not nearly over yet. You say that as if this fight's taking 30 minutes. Oh no. All that extra damage back at me. What will I ever do? Is that healer even doing anything? No, he's just sitting there. And the heroism still has 10 seconds before it expired. Wow. Yeah, kind of a shitty piece. Alright, let me teleport back in and I'll give him... There we go. Good they didn't leave before I had to turn this in. Oh, so close. One more. Wait. Oh, for a second I was like, why do I only have 90,000 experience? That does not seem remotely right. Yeah, so I just need like another 90,000 experience. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Please, if the healer stays with me, this will be a stupidly fast cube. Yes! Ah, that's awesome. This queue is going to be up in a second then. Because the healer is the hardest thing to find. Mother... Why did he leave? Is it because I don't, like, stay there and, like, coddle them? Like, I'm not going to wait around. Just go outside the dungeon for a hot so I can do some questing. It's a lot of goddamn gold, though. Look at that. That's nice. There you go. Take the clams, too. I'm not going to use that, so I might as well sell it. The cloth I'll keep. That I actually might have a legitimate use for. No, ice. Alright then, so what do they have to offer us here? So I just need to kill oodles. Scoodles! Oh, come here, precious baby. I love how it's in parentheses too, as like, whale doesn't know what the name it's its own. No, stop doing that, it's sad noises. There you go, thank you, thank you. So then I need the other shenanigans here. What is this for? Hey, why not? I'll take it. That works. So it's just in the shipwreck, I suppose? I gotta decide if it's a vase. Hey, you just like palm that back around and turn it into the Cellaran. Get some good gear from there. Ah, there we go. Thank you, thank you. And who has the other one? Actually, will I be able to quest my way back to it? Nah. I would actually need quite a few quests to actually level up here. It's getting kind of sketchy though, because now my gear is going to get real fucking low. Get out of here, shark. Some of my gear is now 20 levels too low to be useful. Ah, that is not doing good for me. But I don't know, the amount of buffs I'm actually getting from all my gear is actually kind of helpful. What the fuck? He just phased through the earth. You won't see me, fucker. I actually do kind of like how they made the oceans incredibly deep in Lich King. It kind of just makes it more atmospheric in my mind. Excuse me? So I think there was everything. Right, there we go. I'm just excited to get out of here and go to Pandaria. I mean, I like the zone, but it's like, I like Grizzly Hills. Yeah, like Borean Tundra, Grizzly Hills, Howling Fjord, and Storm Peaks. The other zones I am terribly indifferent about. They're not really that interesting. Aesthetically, they share a lot of commonalities with classic areas. Oh, my precious. Ooh, that's a lot of quests. I'll take that. So then I just need to take a bunch of artifacts. Alright, I ain't reading that. That's just too much redundant shit. Most of the pirates should carry 5 or 6 times as many rats as people. Yeah, not bad. We'll kill the bears too. Why not? Why are you naked? If you used to collect some of the coin on my behalf. So now we have to steal money back from the pirate leader here. That makes sense. What do you want? Didn't they just say you were not known for your cleanliness and now you want soap? Interesting contradiction. This is not internally consistent lore, WoW. Why do the pirates want soap when they're dirty? What is this shit? Yeah, but I'll take your precious pelt too. They don't really seem to be terribly rabid. And they're not giving me that life-killing disease. I'm still not sure how you collect bear musk. I'm like, when I hear musk, I think of sweat. Like you're collecting the sweat of bears. How? I thought furry animals don't even sweat. So like, are you just like wafting your hand through their fur and collecting it? Like you're just gonna hand your glove back to the pirate in the end? This I don't understand. Whatever, I'm not a biologist. I don't know what musk is biologically. But at least there's not bears here. I'm not sure how they actually... What do they eat here? There seems to be only bears on this island. I mean, do they swim out in the oceans and kill the orcas? Or do they just like somehow eat the rats? Well, actually, no, wait, the rats just came in here, so that'd be the only thing they could eat. So I guess maybe they did just eat the orcas. And of course, they're taking their fucking lovely time and giving me the musk. Come on, Elon, give me the musk. Don't take me around here. There you go, just gotta do a little bit stand. And I keep forgetting to use the earthen shield. I need to use it because otherwise I'm actually going to start waiting around to start using my passive heal. That thing sucks dick. Eh, it's not too bad. It's actually good when it crits. But otherwise you have to use all your maelstrom and all your mana to actually heal yourself up. Or you can just use the earth shield at all times. Okay. Well, the boss did say he wanted every single bear dead. Yeah, so he kind of gets his wish. Yeah, that always just weird to me. My damage does absolutely nothing to all these creatures, and then as soon as I have to do a single storm strike, chunk, third of their HP gone. I was trained in the way of the Blood Knights. I love how he immediately goes for this. I'll pay, don't hurt me. So then give me up then. Hey, you pussy. So that was it. I just had to kill that one guy. Okay. Yeah, take it. Give me all that excellent stuff. Alright, so that guy has some good stuff on him. Cooking Ugly, the other guy was trying to cast fireballs at me. What the fuck do you mean? I think this shit's gonna get prissy all of a sudden. Okay, okay. So let's see, where is he at? Now, why is this place really empty? Wait, no, it's not him.
Hey there. Safe travels.
Oh god. What is with all this text I can't even fucking see? Why, it's me favorite grains. I was wondering too many, so what, he just dies? Oh, no, we're pickpocketing him. Hey, thank you. You can just still hear the vomiting in the background. Just sounds like some guttural belching.
Good day to you.
Oh shit, that's right. What else do we have to do here? It's handsome Harry. I have no idea where he is, but alright. You see, I do kind of like this. They actually did put some time in here to actually decorate this zone a little bit. Much less than what I can say for some of the Cataclysm zones. But to be fair, they bit too much off in the Cataclysm expansion. I'm not sure why I was giving 10,000 experience to literally just transport a message back and forth once. I've been expecting you. Anything for gambling on my flights too? Think he's not paying too? So I just have to get the extra treasure? Okay. That's now I also need a frog too. And a fancy dancy knife. So you have that, right?
Have a good one.
Yeah, but I've already earned 14 gold, so I don't mind spending one.
Come get the
Now we just be faster and faster, man. We fixin' vex me, you mag dog blagged. You wag dead, you lily love out scary wag, we see your fist. What the fuck does that even mean? Are you just beatboxing? Got to be careful, choker. We gotta figure out who's betraying us. So what do you have to offer us? So like what, did he like intimidate the frog? I'm just trying to do these quests as fast as possible so that I can get to level 80. I just need... Oh, this last one right here. Perfect, we're so close. A single NPC away. Where you at, boy? Gimme. Okay, yeah, this is like exactly what happened on the other pirate ship, where it was completely desolate of any actual... Like, what am I trying to think of off the top of my head? Like, it was devoid of any interior. He was on one of the ships here. I mean, it says he's on here. Unless he's on top. Which he could very well be, because I completely did miss that. Where are you at, Don? Ah, yes, you are here. Okay.
For the Alliance.
He's like, oh shit, the frog figured me out. Fuck. My cover's been blown. They know the frogs are too trustworthy here. They see everything that goes on. Like a cat that watches you in the house as you do your dirty deeds. These guys are actually strangely tough. Thank you though. Cannot beat this Elden shield. Yes, and they should be able to go off to Pandaria now. Yes, please, let me go. Mmm. Fuck you, I'm out of here, boy. Oh, yeah, look at all that shenanigans. Temple of the Jade Serpent, all that shit. Woo! Master riding it, no way in hell I could afford that. Let me stretch for a second. I need a stretch. Oh god. It's just been too long. It's like you can feel it when your spine just like pops open. Like it's been compressed for too long. And actually, fun fact, you're in half an inch taller when you wake up in the morning after a full night worth of sleep. than when you are when you fell asleep. Because what ends up happening is that the water in your spinal, like spongy tissue between each column, that cushions the blow so you don't like grind your vertebra together, that actually is filled with water. And that is slowly squeezed out as time goes on. Alright, one second, let's take a break and then we'll be right back. Alright, so we'll go in a second. Or rather, well, yeah, I guess we'll be going in a second too. But, random Cataclysm dungeon, or rather, Mist Pandaria dungeon. Ooh! Twice the loot. Ooh! That's fucking nice. Oh, I love that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's quite nice. Let me just leave that queue because we're no longer doing those Lich King stuff. I mean, they are nice, but I mean, literally the Lich King is like bottom of the barrel for me now. Beautiful. Oh, with King Varian Web and waiting for the next King's War Room. Oh, that just sounds like a blade in the fucking heart. Tell me about Kings. It doesn't exist anymore, don't you know? Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Now I get to go to Pandaria. The one expansion I kind of missed. Well, that and I missed WoD and Draenor, or WoD and Legion. But those are irrelevant. Pandaria is the only expansion that matters, man. Ooh. You know, I might do some dungeons too. I was kind of hoping I could do some heroic Lich King dungeons. I was kind of hoping I could. Hell no. The only thing I could do was accept it. I couldn't even decline it. It's just kind of like, do you want to fight first or do you want to fight first? Too bad, you're doing it. Oh, look at that. Back up to 700 gold too. But you know what's even better? Oh. Being able to... No! That's what I knew would fucking happen. I can't use this. Yep, I knew I couldn't do it. I can't use a dagger. Fuck, I can only use maces. Alright, whatever. At least I still get the Tankard of Terror, which is 39 levels higher. Ooh, that is nice. And I guess while we're here too, onto pants to increase. Sure, why not? Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Hello.
Here, let me take that off your hands. And you know what we could also do? I want to log out real quickly and actually get into my hunter and get that armor kit back. Because that I could send off to this guy, because he could use that extra armor. He needs his extra stats. Trust me, he needs it. Does he still have it in his inventory? No, I don't think he does. Where is it? So level 7. Is that the highest that I can go? Do I have other ones here? Only 4 armor. So yeah, I guess this is the highest. So that I can give to my guy. So then you can take that. Beautiful. So you can use that and get extra armor kit and get extra little bit of pieces there too. Yeah! Fucking level 80. To think this would be the time I would do Cataclysm shit. Nope. I'm doing Pandaria. Cataclysm is for scrubs with mental brain damage. Can you tell I didn't like Cataclysm? So I need chest, legs, hands, feet. So chest could use an enchantment. Hands and feet. Nice. And I guess while we're here too, let's go ahead and actually... Where's the quest log? Dragon Blight, go ahead and let's just like abandon everything. Howling Fjord. I wish we could do like a mass abandon. I understand a lot of story that I'm missing here. That's fine though. I don't care. If I could level here to 120, I would. The issue is I cannot. Storm Peaks. Yeah, scratch that. Don't care. Special. I've already done that though. And I guess while we're here, let's go ahead and finish up our engineering for here. Might as well. It gives us a little bit of extra money. And it'll be out of here. We're never going to do this engineering ever again. It's going to be untouched. Although I guess we could keep this stuff in our inventory. Like, keep it in our bank, because eventually we might be able to make Jeeves or a chopper at some point if we wanted to get, like, extra cash. We could do that. I got some Saronite as well. The issue is that it's not even nearly enough to actually even get up to the mining that we needed. Actually, this guy is only 10 levels away from being my highest level character. 10 levels away. Damn. Blows my mind. Actually, how much is my engineering in... Ooh. That's kind of nice. If I can get 2 more, I might be able to use my belt. The fucking course doesn't work. Oh, good. It did level up once. Shit, though. I mean, I guess I could use these tinkers until eventually they level it up. Let's see if it does anything. I think at least like 5 or 6 of them. That really is cheaper than getting the Saronite route. Yes! So does this mean this works now? Well, of course. Invalid target. Well, I can't even test it right now. Fuck it. Alright. Thank you, thank you. Now I can make a shitload of goggles that I'll never use, but they're nice to look at. Nice! Oh, that's awesome. So, that's it for all of that jazz. All of this stuff can go back in the bank. The food I'll keep with me, but everything else can go away. Actually, you know what?
Go with honor.
Well, I mean, the thing is that I'll never use any of this meat. Actually, wait. Let me just... What meat will I never use? The warg I won't use. And the rhino dogs I won't use. Everything else, though, I potentially will use for a great feast later on. We'll see. I'll just keep this in my bank. Actually, wait. The war dogs I'll just sell. Because I can't use them. That's all intellect shenanigans. At least it's leveling up my cooking a little bit. The issue is that it doesn't matter. Thank you. They just keep giving me Quest to Pandaria. That is kind of nice. They actually changed it like that. That's legitimately cool. Alright, so keep all of this in the bank. I don't need this anymore. Ooh, what else do we not need? Those potions are good for crafting. That's crafting. I think that's everything. Oh, don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. That's useless. Put that Neverweave in there. Actually, wait. These two things. I'll keep a little bit of Frost Cloth in there. Ah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just give it all to Bowser. You can use it.
Safe travels.
You can use it. Make a bag for me. So then let's just go ahead and send this to Bowser. And actually, let's go take a look. See if we can actually make an Everweave bag. Get out of there. Yeah. Oh, that's all gonna be filled with brand new stuff soon enough. Okay. Okay, that'll work. Alright, so a fridge went out. Crack of shit, but alright. Crack of shit, but I'll believe you for now for the sake of it. If it weren't for the laws of this land, I would have already slain you. Let's see, actually, is any of this food not useful? I don't know if he's, everything's useful. Yes. Let's go to fucking Pandaria, man. Beautiful. Cataclysm, nah. Pandaria, yeah. Oh, yes. What glorious offerings do you offer us today? Oh, that guy actually had a pretty sweet proto-drake. That was pretty badass looking. I wish I could have that. Call of Duty, bad pun. I just don't feel like going there, though. Twilight Highlands, nah. I did that once during the Cataclysm launch, and that was already enough to wean me off it. I'm not sure why obsidian's actually considered a metal. It's actually glass. So it should be kind of a shitty metal to use. Oh.
We've made a thorough inspection of the wreckage, Your Majesty. There is no sign of Admiral Taylor or his ship.
200 ships at my disposal, yet the one carrying my son goes missing. What of their last message? Show me whatever you have.
We have been drawn off course. Horde air fleet. Many casualties. Shipwrecked on an uncharted isle. But the White Pawn is accounted for. Repeat, the White Pawn is safe.
Anduin.
Surprise attack! Requesting immediate, if anyone's received.
Sir, the 7th Fleet has already been dispatched.
Look at those fucking facial animations, man. I love how they animated his eyes, but they didn't animate the girl's eyes.
And bring back my son.
That... Did anyone else notice they only animated one set of eyes?
At ease, soldier.
Fucking one set of eyes was animated and the rest were static. Oh god. It's meant to be an intense scene of drama and it's just like blank faced Barbie doll comes staring over. Well, hello there, friends. Who thought that was a good idea? Oh my god, it looks so bad. Alright, I gotta stop ripping on it. You did a good job there, Blizzard. It's beautiful animation work. Better than what I could do. Oh, that's right, I'm not supposed to be flying up there. Let's see, who do I need to talk to? No, I do need to go on the ship. Okay. Speak to Admiral Rogers on the gunship. the blades don't need to move at all, and I'll still fly. Whoops. Wait, he just said he was in here. Oh, no, he's above. Okay. Yeah, whoopsie. Hello there. I see you there. For some reason, there's a big invisible wall over you, though.
What's the situation? Show them what we're in.
Yeah, let's say I don't care. Let's go. Let's go to the actual cool place. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah, Cataclysm might be thematically interesting, but nah. The mist is thick.
The flagship's last reported position was below. Can you see anything?
Yeah, right.
Nothing but dense fog. Wait. Land, starboard. I see ships.
Those are Horde vessels. General quarters. Get our birds in the air. Clear the decks. Stations, people. Let's go to war.
Activate all extra ships. Oh my god, my FPS is fucking dying. I have like a solid 3. Wait. Is there a way I can show how bad my FPS is right now? The beautiful lady here. Let's set up our contrast a little bit more. Nah. That looks hideous.
This is the most powerful ship.
The mission. Ah, yeah. Wow! That two-handed staff. Look at that damage reduction. All of these suck. Well, that one should be better. That's 38 levels higher. So we'll take that. Yeah, it's gotta kill the Horde. I get it. I mean, I have my own Gyrocopter. Why can't I just use that? Make my own. Any other way, we're going to call it good here, because it's been a long time. I actually need to eat, so we'll have to call it good here. So I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. If you had fun, by all means, do what you know is best, and follow whatever platform is your favorite, YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. But other than that, there's also social media links down below if that is your gig, as well as Discord if you want to join the community, as well as get notified whenever I go live. But other than that, guys, it's been fun. We've managed to get the last 3 levels to the northern area and waste a shitload of time reading everything. Lovely. So thank you all there, and kisses.